Whip-bam.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think with the more brighter
It's
background.
nice, isn't it? A color coordinate, bitch.
Let's see. Still not good. Give me a minute. Going to trying to endeavor to continue. Try. Go. You understood what I'm saying. There it is. Oh, there's an advert. Fuck you, shitties.
Right, so Alexander, if you can test the audio as you often kindly do for me, that would be great. He's already away. That's perfect.
Have you dyed your hair, Ryan?
Yes, I have. It's a work in progress. It's the middle step before it's finished.
Sounds good.
Are you wearing a wig, right?
I'm not. I am not wearing a wig. It is my hair. Look.
Audio seems good.
I have worn
Yeah,
wigs in the past. Thank you. It's definitely not finished. We're stripping the red out, so the fact that
Yeah.
it's this light is actually a miracle.
It's
that we
quite
managed-
gingery looking at the moment.
It's because there's loads of red at the front. I also have lighting to make me look less like a ghost, so that's why it's slightly tinted. But if I kind of
What's
come
the end
closer,
result?
I'm hoping it's gonna be silver.
That's what I done recently.
Yeah. Oh, like
Away.
yeah, like I've wanted to be silver for since the TV show Reboot has existed, basically. So that's the thing. But it's never really been feasible, and then because I've had red hair for about 12 years, I just never wanted to grow it out because my horrible hair color underneath the the red, sorry, was just gonna look horrible being two-toned, and I don't like having short hair. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm kind of trapped now because I don't want it to look horrible with like 3-inch roots, but I don't want to have 3-inch hair. So,
Get some of that purple shampoo and use that like when you go for a shower and that, right? Like put it in your hair first.
where else would
Wash
you
your
have suggested that it's shampoo? Just
Your
like
mouth.
going for a drive?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, like what I mean is like rather than just shampoo and rinse, like shampoo it, but let it sit there for about 5-10 minutes while you like wash the rest yourself, whatever, and then rinse it out. So let it sit there for like 5 minutes. It'll take all like see the wee kind of orange tones and stuff. Gotta do all that, and then you'll be good to put silver on.
Okay. My mother's a hairdresser and she studied trichology. I think I'm in good hands. Yeah, it's a process we and her have both worked on for a while now because she knows I wanted to go silver for a long time, and she just dreaded having to do it to my scalp because I also have like mild psoriasis on my scalp, which doesn't
Yeah.
help. That's why I can only dye my hair every so often. So yesterday we did all this, and it took about 2 hours to get this far, which was stripping the hair, leaving it on for like the hair stripping product for a long ass time, washing it off to see what the hair was like. My stepdad decided to call me the Flame because of the tones of the hair, because it went like, from the blonde you see into the red, a lot stronger. And I was like, if I was 14, this would be cool as fuck.
You call him Johnny the Flame.
Johnny Blaze, and yeah, and I was like, cool, that's fine. Mum's like, right, what we'll do is we'll wash all this out, we'll dry it, and we'll just strip it again. So we did that, and it got us this far, because we did 1 box of dye, because I bought 2 for it. Did this 1 box to see how it took, and obviously the red is stubborn, but that's fine. It's actually, the fact that it's not still full-on red is impressive, because obviously the ends of my hair would have had the most red dye on it over the time. Besides that, fast forward to the point where tomorrow I should be doing the next steps. So maybe on the Friday stream. In fact, I don't have a Friday stream this week, so you won't see it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, my Friday game's off this week, so yeah.
On account of rain.
Just on account of a couple of people not being able to make it. Actually, that's the thing.
Because of the rain.
I
don't know why I was determined to make that joke, but I was.
Because yeah, it's fine. That's good enough. Yeah. So
that's what I aim for.
What's weird is the first time I looked in the mirror, and I was like, Oh, that's weird. I've looked in the mirror for 12 years and seen a redhead, and now I'm blonde again. And as I said, it's been a lot, 22 odd years since I've been blonde. Oh, that hurts. I've
Kinda think
almost the
about
whole age of Alexander ago that I was blonde.
Wow.
Isn't that right, Alexander?
Don't youth shame.
I mean, I wonder if we were blonde at the same time.
Blonde twins. Yeah, sure. Why not?
And I think the answer is no, probably not.
I think the answer is probably no. But also maybe. Who knows? I don't quite remember the exact age I was when I lost my blonde. Because I was blonde right up until I wanted to dye my hair black. I wasn't allowed to dye my hair black, but I was allowed to go very, very, very dark brown. And after I did that, I never went back to blonde. Like my hair just did not go blonde again.
Well, you know what they say.
Yep, once you go very, very, very dark brown instead of black, you never go back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, apparently. That's a terrible thing to perpetrate as a stereotype, and we should all be shot, quite frankly.
Many people are saying.
But yeah, sorry. What's this, Callum? What are you even saying? Since you've been blonde. Since you've been
Callum.
blonde. None of my hair can take it.
Oh my god. Since
Oh.
you've been blonde.
Yeah. Oh, bless you. Bless you.
That was me blonde last week.
Have a look. Oh, it's a horrible middle step, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Incidentally, that's what I was described as.
just a horrible middle step.
I don't know. I don't have the rest of the joke.
No, it could work though, right? Because I'm sure you could throw that in with people who are talking about like X's or something, right? And you go, oh, that was what my ex used to call me. What, a horrible middle step? Yeah. Oh dear.
Also, hello, Callum. We
Yeah.
love you.
Hello, Blaine. Hello. Oh dear. Good times. Right, we should probably do this now. That's a good enough audio test intro. Wow.
A small child has appeared.
I feel like that should have a spoiler tag over it. So young. Dear gods. Yeah, I don't think
sorry.
I don't have any. Yeah, no, right, compared to us. I don't have any digitized blonde Ryan, sadly. My sister probably has loads, actually. In fact, let's see, because she posted on my Facebook wall for my birthday, and that was like a collage, I guess. Let's see, photos of me. Photos of me. Photos of me. Why is this not up to date? Of course not.
From the window.
Let's have a quick relook.
Oh.
We'll see how long my patience lasts for
Well,
this.
that was Ode to Joy for a moment.
No.
It would have been alright though if you'd have
Pretty
managed.
solid,
Yeah,
sorry.
that'd have been pretty good. Managed to rip that in. Okay, so now Facebook does a thing where it hides all your birthday posts.
Oh, that's okay, of
See other posts. Right, okay.
course. That's Jurassic Park. Where's Laura Dern?
Barely famous though, remember? Barely famous.
Well, as defined by Stephen, yes.
Also, hello Stephen, if you ever watched this. I chatted to you earlier today. Hello.
I don't imagine he is, but you know, it's possible.
He sometimes jumps in. Sometimes. Usually the Monday game though, obviously if he jumps in. Mostly probably because he just misses Nico's voice. That's fair.
His sultry tones, yeah.
Yep. Nah, I've already looked too long for this thing now, but my sister did post a collage. And there was a bunch of me, and I think there was probably blonde Ryan in that. Strange. Oh, there is still that button. Okay. The see friendship button is a button I used to think was really useful on Facebook, and they hid it, but I found it again. Nice. Very nice. Oh god, here we go. Yeah. Perfect. Enjoy. This is what my sister threw together. It's on its way.
This.
There you go. The very bottom middle. There you go.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I know. Mad.
Different age.
Yeah. Mad.
I assume that's your sister with you as an infant.
Yeah. So, obviously, if we do the
It
tour here,
looks like it's from like the 20s.
I mean,
Obviously the color is
obviously,
indicative of it.
yeah, you can pay to have things colorized, right?
She looks like her little sailor's outfit looks like something a child would dressed up like in the interwar period, or probably earlier.
The things we are, well, look above, right? Look above. She didn't do much better, and that is years later.
Yeah, she looks like an Amish person.
It just
Does
looks
she
like
just like always cosplay?
it
And I
just looks
didn't
like
realize?
she's like it's not even Digivolved or like or Pokemon evolution, right? That's what it looks like. Thank you, Callum. Play good in things.
Poke-evolved, as I believe is the
Yeah.
correct term.
I don't even actually think it is. It?
Everyone see that now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're Digivolutions, but Pokemon. Yep.
Good.
That's the thing. I'm the one in that weird
Good
cream jumper
work.
next to her, which is just
Good.
yeah, it's bizarre. I'm obviously in that bottom right one. I'm the game master from that TV show.
Okay. Yeah, he's
Yep.
he was the old man. He was
But that's also my mother, by
One
the
in
way.
there?
So that's my sister, my mum, and me. I think we look like we're from 3 different families. Mad. Ah, the joys. But anyway, so we've put in good work for Dylan to make it, and he hasn't.
We're given all the time.
But no more time for him. So, welcome to the Invasion, session 47. It's a
Little guy.
very important number to some people. Like most of Star Trek references it. Almost every episode has a 47 reference. I don't know if it's in the original series, but like most of the other treks like have the number 47 be mentioned a lot. Also, Alias does the same thing as well. All 3 Alias, number 47 is super important. Don't know if that's like some kind of cool in-joke or if it's just a coincidence. But yeah. But it's something.
A lot of people do say it like that.
Yeah, I mean, I do it. Yep.
I don't mean that, just to be clear.
I don't mean the Illuminati. Wink.
It's like how Taking Back Sunday put 152 and everything.
Yeah. Like, these are things people can do, right? And you're allowed to do that. Also, hello, Siren Nishandra. Hello.
Hello, and
Don't know if you're still here, but I seen that you popped in briefly. So yeah, that thing we do, the Invasion, session 47. I'm Ryan, the GM. Yes, I'm blonde for now. Get over it. It's the 21st of April, 2021, and here are the players.
Hello, I am Tom. I will be playing Eltris, the Barbarian Elf, and today I am just very nervous as to how to get out of what I've got us into last week.
Good evening, my name is Alexander, and tonight I'll really bite the Skaven. Still pretty terrible at everything.
And also, I am Colin. My audio is apparently dropping in and out according to the score. If it is, I apologise. I'll be playing Vanger, who is a dwarven Cherokee person chap. Fellow.
Yeah, he is. Right, good. Yeah. 2 seconds to close this other thing that's apparently flashing in my eyes. No, thank you. Alexander, I got my new glasses today, by the way. That was the other thing I meant to mention earlier, so there was 3 pieces of news. So, these are them, by the way. Yes.
Those.
Yep. Those ones. These here. Yep.
Axis.
And your heart rate was 58.
There we go. So
50 is only 11 for them.
Yeah, like I forgot that was a feature that's also on the screen now. Is when I hold my mouse, I have that.
Twice.
Okay.
2 ones divided by 2 are 1. Yeah, think about it.
I mean, I did, and then I stopped thinking about it fairly quickly. Okay, that's fine. That's dismissed. Good. What do you remember from last time, if anything?
I remember being a rat in a sewer, which seems natural.
Who else remembers that?
I remember.
I remember.
I will be.
Yeah. Anything else happen?
Oh, there were some guys. They seem like they're trouble. They had masks.
Troublesome masked boys. Trouble chameleon?
No, I was going for EC3's old tune.
Okay. Right, so. Anything else rememberable? No?
We misplaced bar temporarily.
Yeah, no, and considering that Fleabite has a psychic link with Bard.
He's forgotten about it temporarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try and keep Cerebellum alive.
I mean, that's only.
You gave her a stick.
Yeah, he armed her. It was a spear. It was actually a pretty reasonable stick.
A spear is a stick.
And it was like the thing he has in his artwork, if not his sheet. So it feels like thematically appropriate, right? Also, hello Scott, welcome, and good hello. Thank you.
Scott. I don't know why I said it like that.
He's here to rank up that triumph to buy himself a Benjamin, that's what he is. Good man. Good man. 21 April 21 is not a bad thing to write.
That's a dinosaur, that's not a euphemism for like drugs.
Dinosaurs can be euphemisms. So, yeah. Right, if that's everything you remember then, let's have a look at goals, because for a while there I just kept forgetting that goals existed, I just kept skipping that bit. And that was a fun time. Right. Goals. Talk me through them.
Well, we are aiming to try and possibly convince Charleston to reclaim his house unless he's in on it.
Maybe not this station.
Maybe.
Anything else?
I'm not ruling out.
Anything else? I feel like there's more.
Get Sarah home.
Yeah.
Uncover what the Watcher's ritual in the sewers was.
Yeah.
Uncover the boss/Glint secret.
Yeah. Tom, want to do the last one? With the general goals?
Test the Watares of the Watchers.
Perfect.
If we still got it written,
It's what that is, and I love it. It feels like it's at home now.
What it is.
Right. Fleabite, what's your personal goal?
To establish a place to live.
Cass, what's your personal goal? To deface Larkernan. Thanks, Cass. And Vanger?
Why mine is to investigate the Bellum/Thaki connection.
Yeah. Obviously, we're still awaiting the wonderful reveal. The premier personal goal from Eltress. And maybe we'll get that at the end of this session.
Pre-order.
Who knows?
The deluxe
Yeah.
edition.
So, this is. Oh. That's not even. It's just an auto fail when that.
You don't get that unless you die.
Okay. So here we are. Let's waste very little time now. And we'll just, I guess, jump back in to where we left off. Which I think was here. Let me just make sure my map decides to focus. Where are we? So, focus here. And then zoom out.
Oh, I didn't notice the thing in the center. That's a brazier. Right, I got confused for a second. I thought there was some sort of lava beast.
No, not yet.
Brazier elemental, I see.
It's actually just a brass mimic. Just chilling, you know? Just chilling.
Sewers.
Yeah. See their sewers.
Fast moving sewers.
Yep, the rapids, yep. Mm-hmm.
Is there meant to be a torch on top of the bridge?
Yes, there's a torch in the brazier because that's how they lit it. They threw a torch in.
And the torch was very durable, still burning.
It's metal, yeah. And also, it's just because I couldn't be arsed making it a map player item. Because then I don't think the lighting stays if it's a map player item. Let me just test that theory though. Go to map player. We're back. Did the lighting stay for you guys?
Yes.
I think like.
Okay, let me I'll quickly test. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly
what we call in
test
the business
the refresh.
fresh.
No, I think it is. I think it's fine. I'll. Can't really. That's fine. We'll deal with it in post. Okay, so I am actually going to keep Dylan in the turn order, right? And he's going to take the dodge action every turn, and you can direct him to move if you wish.
I vote we move him to stand next to Sarah.
But even if he's there, he will only take the dodge action, right?
That's fine.
It'll be a distraction.
But that is.
It could also be a distraction.
That's what the elf's for.
I feel like a Skaven like politics playing there.
How confident are you?
What, Skaven or Eltris?
I am 100% confident in Eltris.
Okay.
That makes one of us.
Okay.
Although, I'll be honest, I was a bit worried because I think you've now got more movement than I do. That means you can maybe outrun.
No, I think you might still have it based on all your bullshit.
True, I can bonus action and action.
Yeah, because there was no limitations on taking a dash twice, other than action economy, which is kind of great. So yeah. Okay. Oh, you're up first, Flibity.
Cool.
As per usual, guys, remind me if the stream decides not to update at some point and we're not looking at where things are happening. That's probably worth me remembering.
Then I am going to move. Yeah.
I am going to have to do another recoding thing, so give me 2 seconds. Blue, blue, and blue. Can I do that differently? I think I can. 2 seconds. I want to make sure I'm not confusing who had Bless on who. Does that make sense?
That's fair.
So I think... There we go. That's cleaner. That's much cleaner. Right, so you are concentrating. You can still think out loud, by the way. I'm happy just to quickly.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to use a newish thing that I've had for a while, but
Oh.
I'm going to bonus action, but apply one of my poison that I use to the sling round, regular
Yep.
sling stone.
Okie dokie.
What's this guy?
Yeah. His name is I'm not even gonna name him. He's 30 feet away. Because I was gonna say Jeffrey, but I think it's one of my like go-to names for just naming people instantly.
Jomgle.
Sure, his name is Jongle. Son of Jangle. I hope we get 7 viewers to this fucking nonsense. Also, hello Sim. Hello Sim.
7 is really an excessive number. If anyone would like to leave,
Oh,
this is
dear.
what you have me on for, right, Ryan?
Yeah. Also, I don't actually know how to give you my Discord information. It will post, by the way, Sim.
Mm-hmm.
So Discord
have
will post. But if you scroll down, because you'll be watching it on my main profile, if you scroll down, my Discord link should be on there, I think. Unless I made that up. I don't know. I'll sort that out in post. Right. So,
yeah, there's an invite link there.
so is your plan here? Right. Don't worry, Sim. I will fix that at some point very soon.
Just give it a double click and open it in a new tab.
Did it work for you doing it that way? Yeah.
Yeah, let me just check, but I fear that'll work. Go to. Yeah, invite's working. Go.
Okay.
That should work for you.
And what I'll do as well, just in case it doesn't, is you can just have that link too. Why the fuck not?
Or we could do.
Yeah, enjoy that too, buddy. So, right. You've poisoned the sling.
Yep. And I am just gonna beam some triumph.
Oh my god. That's what it's there
First
for.
one.
That's what it's there for. Isn't there still a floating something? I feel like there's a floating something. Where's my notes?
I've got.
I know, but I feel like I'd rather it was used so it's not floating anymore. You know? Where's my notes for the end of the last one? Where is it? Because I'd rather that was dealt with.
And your heart rate's gone up to 88.
I mean, I let go of the mouse, so sure. It's obviously maybe it's heart rate. You know, the mouse gets
Maybe
excited.
there's an actual mouse inside it.
That'd be absolutely horrible. Please don't say that about my mouse. Yeah, because as when Kenny bought me, it was like I'm kind of jealous.
Did see.
Yeah, I know he did. I don't know what I've done with that session. No, that's strange.
I think we might have used it.
No, because there was 2 floating ones, unless that was my Friday session. Because Siren the Chandra turns up and buys people lovely inspiration a lot. No, I guess you're just having to spend your own. I'll go to the rewards queue, I guess.
That's
I'll prove
okay.
it. Yeah.
If you're running low, I can subsidize.
Yeah, I'm very much not.
Wait, dare I ask what you're at now? Don't worry, I won't adjust prices based on your answer.
I'm at 50k.
Okay, that's not bad. You're on your way to one of the many rewards I disabled. Yep.
So
Oh. Oh. Isn't it always the worst? And you're like, oh man. Oh man.
So, do they roll? Do I do damage and then make them roll for poison, or do I make them roll for poison?
Right, so it says here at the bottom, right? I blah 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 retains poison for 1 minute or until you hit them with it, right? So when a creature takes damage from a coded weapon, they make a DC 14 con save or take 2d8.
Yeah.
And become poisoned, which is the best part of it, by the way. The poison condition's great. So that's the part that we actually care about. What you know what you could do? You could create a button, so like an attack.
I did think about it, yeah.
You should do that, right? Like a 2d8 damage button and just make it a save. So make it con save and DC 14. Yeah. Try and throw that together in the background. I'll do the maths on this side. Obviously this is going to hit, by the way. Obviously. Do you want to do a roll? Also, I'm being pumped back, by the way. Eltris, can you maybe?
Well, hello
Can
to whoever just Discord. I assume it was someone.
Yeah.
It was,
Yay! It's
but
Tim.
Speak later, so I don't embarrass myself.
So isn't it the target is rolling?
You also hit them with the sling.
Okay, yeah. So
That too, bud. That too. Okay,
Who are you targeting? Sorry, which?
The one right in front of them. straight in front.
Yeah, the closest to him.
Yeah,
This guy.
yeah.
I'm not sure
That
if he
makes
was the one that attacked me before, but one of them did. I'm going to...
Okay. I take it the reason why you wanted advantage was for sneak attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also for advantage.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna do this and not have them roll on your con save you're gonna build. Okay. Do you know how to do that? Making an attack. Making my way downtown.
I can have a look.
Why is your hit
I don't
dice
know.
at 7? Sorry, 6 of 7. Have you used a hit dice since this, like since last long rest? Is that a thing you've done? Then. Are all your hit dice the same size still? Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Right.
we leveled up.
No, you didn't.
It might not have automatically gone up.
No, you didn't. Remember, you were 7.
No, but
You're
not
not.
that long ago.
Oh, do you mean to get to 7? Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the 8 that you've also
Yeah.
leveled up.
That might be why it might not have gone up automatically.
I'm going to say yes. That's...
Yeah. Oversight. That's what it is.
Should be there.
Poison
So is that
damage.
implying that they did fail the...
No, it's implying that the 16 damage did
Oh.
enough that I don't need to even think about the con save.
Okay.
That's what that
Maybe
implies.
this isn't going to be a difficult fight.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Right, let me just double check
See,
this.
Michelle Gellar did some.
Right, so it's
I mean-
not an attack against that.
Don't know why I
That
remember
is-
that.
If I click spell, it's not what I want. It's not. It's a save effect. No damage. Or poison. And it is a saving throw, and it is con versus a flat number of 14. God, this is so nice, the updates they've done to this. And the damage is 2d8, isn't it? That is nice damage. And it's plus nothing. And I think undo that. Can we just test that button I've just made you? Can I click that for me?
Oh, I didn't mean to press that. Sorry, I meant to read it.
Okay.
Apologies, guys. I was just checking my cantrip.
Do you have a... Oh, you've got poison spray, because that's just exactly the maths I was kind of looking for, except you've got
Yeah.
d12s.
'Cause I did click it at the exact second that
Yeah.
it came up. So I was like, oh, it did work. Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
So...
That was unfortunate. I apologize, guys.
Con save or no damage. Damage. Con save fail equals damage and poison condition. I just want these rules just very obvious. I'll let you fix it. Save equal no damage, no poison. Yeah, I'll let you deal with that. I'll delete that, keep that description in, close that there, and then we're bam. Obviously your sneak shouldn't there. I'll let you reword that little description box, right? Alexander, I'll let you make it a bit more elegant, but you get what I'm aiming for here. That's alright, isn't it? So, it's maybe worth renaming Poisoner Damage, maybe, since that's what it's really to. I'll do that just now. There you go. That's good. We've got a button for that now. Perfect. But yeah, so that was your bonus action and your action. What about your move?
Yeah, let's see. But I'm now feeling too big a target getting closer.
Yeah. Straight up just lobbing a horribly coated... Ugh. Also, Sim, no, this is roll 20 that we're using. My links don't have my Discord pop up in that. I might have to edit that. Huh. I thought the Discord would have popped up, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm just going to move the rest of my 15 feet.
Okay, dokes. The bless didn't even matter on this poor guy. Right, you happy there? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Are you concluding your turn? No, are you happy there? I know it was too big a question.
Does this bring you enormous joy and fulfillment?
Okay, so Lady Sarah. Lady Sarah takes the dodge action. And Eltris. So there's something you need to know, Eltris, about raging. Right? Paste your rage into the chat with a little red text speech bubbly bit, and we'll get the essay. Right, so we are at the part where... Here we go. Your rage lasts for 1 minute, which is why we've got the little turn tracker thing for you. It ends early if you are knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn, or taken damage since then. And you can end your rage as a bonus action. Right? Okay. So that's important. So on your turn to maintain your rage, you need to have taken damage. So it's not even like being attacked is enough. You need to have taken damage, or you have attacked. You don't even need to hit, you just need to have wanted to hit. And that's the condition, so if that makes sense. Otherwise your rage falls off. Also, can you pip yourself now that you're raging? Because that should be a thing as well. I think it is the... where is it? Yeah, see the second line of the green ones? And it's like a man on fire.
Wait, what?
Right, click on the circle underneath your token. So click on token, click on the circle underneath for all the icons.
Oh, yep.
And pip yourself with the green man on fire. Because if you highlight it for 2 seconds, it should come up rage.
I don't have a green man on fire button thing.
Okay. So, did you open the circle? That sounds like a no.
Wait, okay. Green man on fire. This one?
There we go. Yeah, he's the ragey boy.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. Sorry. That's okay. I just use them to track that stuff's going on with that token. That's all. So you're an angry boy. You're an angry boy. Remember, your aura's range as well is 10. Remember, so remember you do have a nice wee bubble. And it's obviously one person, so Colin, you can run past him and not worry about just being electrocuted unless he chooses to shoot you.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Which may happen. We'll see how things go. Okay.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, don't worry.
Right, anyway, your turn. Let's go. Wabam.
So, see, firstly, with a weapon like, obviously I've got my greatsword. How in range do I have to be of them? Like, would I need to be at like this square here, or could I do it from this square?
I'll give you a little like, you know, a little bubble right around you. I'll do it in red. Yeah, sure, red. And that's your reach. Give me attacks against MD in that area.
Cool. Okay, that's fine. Right, I've got 2 more questions.
That's fine. Carry on. Yeah. Yep. This is your first combat. Obviously, you've dived into like level 7 essentially. D&D. Yep. Don't worry about it.
So,
do you want me to leave the aura on for you?
Yes, if that's all right.
That's fine.
In fact, it should be all right. It's just a square around me anyway, isn't it? So it will be fine to take off.
Okay, that's fine. Do you want me to change the aura so it's 10 feet, so you've got your lightning one instead? Do you want that?
That's just 2 squares anyway, isn't it?
Yep.
I'll remember that.
Cool. Perfect. There we go.
Okay. So, say, for instance, right, I just want to make sure this is a thing that is doable. I move to here.
Right.
Okay?
So that's 25 feet away. What's your speed?
40.
Perfect. So you're well within. Right.
So I'm here. My aura is obviously 10 feet, which means it would be up to this.
Yep.
Square here that I'm going. Okay. So I pick one of these guys. So say I pick this guy. Now, does the aura, that doesn't count as a move, does it? Like an attack?
Paste in that now. Right. So open your sheet up and go to your red text. I'll have that there. So see it says there, when this effect is activated, you can choose another creature you can see in your aura, and we're skipping to the part where the damage increases, whereas it takes, let's say, if has much in a successful one, the target must make a dex save. Where's the one where you can do this, like, make a dex save, target lightning save? Yeah, because it's... There we go. So your aura has an effect that activates when you enter your rage, or you can activate the effect again as a bonus action. So it's a bonus action to cause this to happen. Right? But on that bonus action, right, so that's from Storm Aura, right? If you then scroll up to the Storm Sea Aura part of it, right? You've got the target must make a dex saving throw, and it takes 1d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. The damage increases when you reach certain levels. Don't need to worry about that. So you will need to work out the maths at the very bottom of the Storm Aura, at the very bottom, where it says, and what I should suggest is see in Sea Aura and Storm Aura, just write the DC at the bottom and update it. Makes sense? So the DC is 8 plus your proficiency bonus, which is 3 at the moment. Plus your con mod, which is also 3.
So that's 8, 10, 11, 14.
Right? Perfect. So it's DC 14. So edit both of those and just put DC 14 at the very, very bottom of both. And we'll just have that put in now, because it's a nightmare trying to find that math sometimes. Okay, now, does that make sense? So you could walk there, and that's your speed. And then you'll still have speed left over if you decide to move again, but that comes with its own problems. But you could walk in there, and you could stop out of range of them, right? So let's do a very quick example. So you could stop, you could walk this far, and then they're 10 feet away, right? So you could stop there, bonus action lightning bolt them, or the zappy button, not quite bolt sadly.
The zappy button.
Yeah, the zappy button them. And then once you've done that, you can just walk that last 5 feet.
Okay.
Make sense?
So, yeah, it does. I'll tell you exactly what I'm thinking just now, right? Just to see this possible, right? So this is what I was thinking. I move here, right? So I'm on this square. Use the Storm Aura on, say, this one, okay?
Yeah.
And I can still technically make an attack after that.
Yeah, because you're still your action.
So here's the next question.
Yep.
Obviously, in Barbarian, I've got this.
Yep, and read it. The answer's in there, right? So when you take the attack action on your turn, you can attack twice.
Right. Okay.
Right? So see up until, right, like literally, so let's do it in order, right? So you start using your move, but your move's not an action of any kind. It's just speed you can move on your turn, right? You've moved here, or there, doesn't matter where. Then you go, bonus action spent to zap them. Then action attack. And extra attack also can trigger off the action for attacking. So you can do all that.
Cool.
Yes.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's do step 1. Move into range of wherever you want to be.
Step 1. Go there.
Yay! I also broke my pen. Very sad by this.
Best pens.
It was just a little clippy bit, but I did like this pen. Right, so we're here. You want to do Storm Aura? Or the Sea Aura, we should call it, because it's the Sea Aura of the Storm Aura. Cool. Who? Which one?
This one right.
So, just, yeah, perfect. Thank you. Right? So, they have to make a dex save, right?
Yep.
And it's DC, whatever it is.
14.
Yep, perfect. So, I bring up their sheet. And I'll do a dex save. They ain't that good at this. That's not bad. Oh. Where are we? Nope. So, now, it's a d6, isn't it? Damage?
Yeah, it's 1d6.
So, see if you go over to the left where the toolbar is. See the little dice one, and you can highlight it and just press d6 on it. That'll roll for you. And if you've got a button to push, you could always push the button. But there we go. Perfect. So that person takes 3 damages. As you just walk forward and a bolt of electricity just sparks off you and hits them. It's pretty fucking cool. Yep.
Quite good, this, isn't it?
It's alright, it's alright, yeah, damage is building up. The total currently is 3. You have caused 3 damage this entire campaign. Can only get better.
That's something. Cool, so now I can use my attack, and by triggering my attack...
you use your action to take the attack action, yes.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Yep. Did you want to attack?
So say,
the guy above you, guy to the left.
Guy above me, this guy right
Cool.
here.
Right, so you should be able to click on your greatsword on your attacks box.
Yep.
Bam. That's a hit. I should double check that. Yep, definitely a hit. So now in that box in the chat, click on the greatsword wording. 9. You haven't ticked the box that says rage, have you?
The
The answer is no, because it isn't showing.
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay, so just tick that box for me, because we are currently raging. So we're going to add 2 damage to the 9, right? So just type in +2 from rage.
Just type that into the...
Just into chat, yep. Just pop it in just so we know we're tracking it all properly, right? Because your rage currently adds 2 to your attacks, which is nice for your damage. So he's dead. You've got your extra attack. Now, you have used 2 seconds, 25 movement, right? Leaving you 15 left, is that right, maths? Yeah. So, you can't quite get MD else here, but now can you see if you'd done your movement where you walked here, say stab, stab, and if that worked really well, you could have walked there and then zapped. Right? Like, that's options you'll have available to you, depending on how things go. But your movement is available to you at any point during your turn unless something says otherwise. So don't worry too much about I've only used so much of my movement. You could move 25 feet forward and then take 15 feet back after you've done all this if you wanted to like keep your distance from people. But anyway, so you want to take your second attack, your extra attack. Do you want to paste extra attack in just for me so it's in the log? Cool, extra attacks popped in, and we'll just... red text, yep. And then now, same again, right? Greatsword this next guy. Yep.
Yeah.
As in the... Yep, perfect. Let me double check. Yep, that's fine, yep.
And then
click greatsword.
Again, yeah.
Yep. There you go. Look at that.
Yes.
So guys, I will point out that probably has reduced your negotiation position.
Yeah.
Starting with Fleabite's attack. It just volleyed a very questionable, in fact, a very questionable ball of something.
After being attacked, Fleabite is 53 out of 57 hit points over here.
Oh no, Fleabite's in danger. This is the worst condition he's ever... No wait, no, it's definitely not 2. Tink's still not here, so yeah, we're good, we're good. Tink being the final boss of this campaign. Right, so now you've done your action, you've done your bonus action, right? You've used 25 of your move. Do you want to move any more? Are you happy where you are? Also, I don't know what the shield on you is for, but you can untick that because I think that was you trying to dodge last turn, and it's obviously long gone.
Okay.
Because that ends at the start of this turn. Because that was like a holdover. So, circle. Yep, perfect. There you go. So, right.
I think I'll just stay here. I think, because what I'm thinking is, obviously, these 2 guys here, if I've got 40 movement anyway, it means that, in the next move, unless they go somewhere like way over here, you know what I mean? I'm going to be able to reach them.
No. That's completely fine. Logic's 100% your own. But you might want to do the thing of trying to intercept them. You know? Because if you think, these guys have just seen me murderate these two people by just stepping near them and swinging my greatsword like an absolute boss. And they might be thinking, let's go after the smaller, squishier looking thing that they've seen burn. Whereas you are made of lightning and stabs. You see, right? So, in the narrative, that's maybe a thing to consider. And
no, that's okay.
If you go like there or there, they might need. They don't necessarily. They could just kite around you, I guess. But like, it's a good way of you making the most of movement to be near the groups of people that are likely to threaten everything else. That's from a tank perspective, though, right? You don't need to play that. This is very much if Eltrus would stay here and revel in his victory over here, that's fine. You are welcome to do whatever you want. You don't always need to use all your movement. Okay?
Okay, here's a question.
Okay.
During this turn, have I taken a bonus action? Did
Yes.
I get a bonus action on every
You
turn?
used it to shoot the guy with lightning.
So I did. Right, okay.
You are literally down to 15 movement.
I feel like I'm closer to them if I go to this one, so let's move there.
You can do that if you wish. And because you have attacked people, your rage will stay.
Yes.
Perfect. That is you now done. Right? So,
Awesome. Been fun, thank you.
rage ticks over. Yep, I hope you enjoyed your time in D&D. The Dylan character. He hasn't been shouted at yet by anyone, so he's going to take the dodge action where he is. I go. Well, this guy's concentration life just got way easier. Given those guys. So, that's fun. What is he gonna do? He is gonna... He's gonna drop that spell very quickly, because he's just gonna cast a new spell. In fact, does he need to drop it? Does he? No, he doesn't. Right, so he's gonna keep that going since it doesn't change. He's gonna cast this on himself. Right, I don't know if I've got a good enough. There we go. That'll do. And it is a minute, so I'll pop that into the chat. Or the turn order even, not the chat, turn order. So, synced. Excuse me. And it is a -1 calculation. Add 10 of those boys. There we go. So that's been tracked that way. So he does that after watching Eltrus walk up, zap his buddy, and then stab both of them viciously.
Makes
efficiently.
sense.
And immediately
I
just goes,
wouldn't
new spell. So he casts a new spell. And then I think just moves back. Yeah. So his buddy, who maybe isn't as bright, is gonna... Yeah. I think he's gonna try good old a sacred flame for 1 damage. Do you want to give me a dex save, boy? And remember, you get advantage on this because it's a dex save, right? Because danger sense.
That's me, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, dex save.
Yep.
I need to click the advantage button, don't I?
Yep.
Okay. Boom.
That's fine. That's very fine. And I think he might just back up as well with his buddy. These other two are... Yeah, he's gonna go there, because he's crazy. Because why not, right? And
He's
wabam. That hits your AC, right? What's your AC? That's armor
13.
class, yeah. Okay. I'm not even gonna roll the blessed dice. There's no need. Now, this is bludgeoning, right? Do you remember why that's important for me to tell you that?
Oh, I don't know. Because wait, I know which one it's in as well. Seconds. I
crime button.
have this under control. Oh wait, it's not that. I'm sure I've got resistance to it somewhere, and I'm trying to see
You
what
do?
it is.
So it's from your rage.
Oh,
It's in the massive rage text. So, you're resistant to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning when you're raging, right? Which means it's half rounded down. So, you take 1 damage. It's pretty good, right? Reflect that on your character sheet for me.
I feel like that is
So, see when you click on your token, you can click right into the circle and literally type -1 as well, and that will do the math, so -1 enter.
alright. Yeah, I done it on the character
It's
sheet.
fine. That's fine.
Once that, right.
Either way, it'll update it, but it saves. Sometimes if you've not got your character sheet open or if it's like minimized or whatever, you can just do it through the token by clicking on it. Red circle, -1 enter, or +1 enter, whatever the maths happens to be. Okie dokes.
Yeah.
Cool. 1 damage, right? He joins his buddy. Because, you know, unity. And whabam! And then whabam. 2 damage this time. Take that, Iltris.
Boom.
Oh my god, see, seeing the little tiny red bar just dip in to the side. Man. Fucking barbarians. Well, that's them too. And then, yeah, I think this guy at the back gets his measuring stick out and measures to Fleabite. And then casts that great spell. Woofed. Fleabite. Take a dex save.
Sexy.
Yes! It finally lands! Is this the second time you've been burnt as well?
Yeah.
So Fleabite's highly flammable. Fleabite checks the label of his magic armor and goes,
Flammably.
wait, inflammable means flammable?
What a world.
Yeah, well, take your damage, boyo. There we go. As you singe away.
Take your damage
Nice.
and eat it.
Rightio. Sanctuary takes down. He stays put. Vanker, it's you, buddy.
Oh yeah. All right, partner.
Um,
Partner one.
Just to say, like, some of the guys at the top aren't on the stream.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I will adjust stream though, thank you. I will shimmy us up a bit. There we go. Xarxis is no longer on stream, and Vanger's right at the very, very bottom. I'm assuming you're going forward, not backwards anyway, Vanger, but we'll find out.
Well, I will be.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do is, if you would be so kind, I would like to unwrap.
Yeah, that's fine. You can just drag your token over the top of the rat.
If I understood what tokens were, I would. I do.
You know. Are you going to be ratting up again?
I don't think for the time being.
I'm gonna get rid of the rat for now.
Thank you.
It's okay.
And I get 25 movement. Thinking.
I'll just dump you on that. There we go.
Sorry.
It's just because when you dump on it, it'll go to like whatever random intersection it wants to go to.
Yeah, the torn.
I know. He was Can you just click on yourself and roll initiative for me? And I'll.
Okay.
Because you don't have an initiative order currently.
Yeah, just so that you can edit it.
Yeah. To be the 9.
Remember where initiative.
Cool. That'd have been so nice if you just rolled a 9. There we go. I'll put you at the top again. There you go. Sorted. Right. Sorted. Thanks for that, Alexander.
I think what I'm going to do before I move, in fact, I'll move first.
Yeah.
I'll move while I'm doing it. Is I will shout, and I'm not actually going to shout. Reason voice sore, and also for other ears, something like I'm not sure. I was gonna go. What's all this then? Like use some sort of fucking.
What's all this then? Yeah.
Well, now what's all this? Oh, I think you'll say something. Yeah. What? Who are you? Why are you attacking us? Let's all calm it with the. He sort of looks around at the dead bodies.
Yeah.
Bugger.
Do you wanna?
Shakes his head a bit.
Would you like to make a wee persuade, just to see how that
You know
fares?
what? I would. I'm gonna have disadvantage on it.
It's fine.
and
It's just yeah.
It feels appropriate, so I'm not going to. Not going to cash in. Also, I have -1 in this, so good luck, me.
Hey, that's reasonable, quite frankly. And keep in mind, there is your opening round was very intimidating.
Yeah.
Right? Literally, a very buff elf runs in, screams in lightning, and then just runs at 2 people and cuts them down. In 6 seconds.
Tee-hee.
Yeah, it's like, you can see
Sorry.
maybe why he survived and the rest of the soldiers didn't. Yeah.
Anger.
Yeah. The power of anger.
No, that's your name.
No.
Hey.
Wah, wah, wah. Okay. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll see how that plays out. But yeah, so what's the next part? So they are unreadable given their face masks currently.
Okay.
And these 2 seem to be in the middle of the Sparky aura of probably dealing with the fact that there's a screaming angry. Well, the Hulk's here, basically. So, yeah. Rat Widow is obviously locked in combat with this one. So
I will shake my head a little bit and throw down an entangle.
right, Joe, where would you like that to be?
I'm thinking. Let me do a little bit of measuring.
You should have access to the tokens for that, right? So you could just pull the token on if you wanted.
Right.
Should do.
Pongley, let me search for it.
No. So it won't be in the compendium. It'll be actually in the journal. Should come up. Should be in spell effects, right? Yeah, spell effects.
Am I missing?
It's fine. There's web, which we use for because it's the same. It's a 20-foot cube, right, for entangle.
I don't see web.
It's okay. Let me just double check. Can I click this button? Do you see it now? Because of obviously I've popped it up, but like if we close that,
Yeah. So if I
because entangle is a 20-foot cube, right? Yeah, you should be able
it
to.
is, yeah. I don't seem to drag and drop.
Let me just fix that. Save. Try again. Should work now.
Yep. There we go.
Right. So.
And I was going to drop it here.
Cool. Paste entangle as well.
So I kind of want that. Yeah, I will in 1 second. Sorry. I want it to sort of be a buffer between myself and the nastiness. So if I put it over there, kind of make it completely useless against this guy because it won't even force him to go around. So do you think I should like plonk it here? I think that's a good.
Yeah, either way. You know they're not going to exactly climb over that brazier. Let's face it. So
Yeah. So it would force them around the side, which isn't going to do a huge amount. But then if I sort
consider
of
this
move up,
very difficult fiery terrain.
you know what? I am going to plonk it there. I am going to plonk it there just because that has the immediate effect of actually keeping someone.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Cool.
And let me just set it into the chat. So that's one line to tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I am now concentrating, so I will mark myself.
Yep, give yourself the little thinking man's face. Yep. How long does it last for? Is it a minute? I'll add that in as well. So we need an entangle. Or an envangle.
Yeah, up to a minute.
Entangle.
Longly.
Add that in. And then give it some 10 turns nonsense. Now we'll go, we're Bamzo. That's sorted. And God, this is, we've got a party of spell effect people. It's just gonna fill the turn order. Okay, so entangle 20-foot square. Yeah, that's fine. That was most of the part. I was like, yeah. And anywhere within range. Yes, perfect. So that guy, what does he need to do? What's his jam?
Right. At the moment, nothing. I think. Really, like. Frigation is.
Oh, a creature in the area when you cast.
Okay, yeah.
There we go. So he has to make a strength point.
Ah, yeah. I forgot. I thought it was on moving. Yeah, that'll be a strength.
Strength point. There it is. Oh,
My
Yeah.
spell DC.
it's 14. It's at the very bottom. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it shows it on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you're a caster. It has already done the maths. If you're not a
Which is
caster like the barbarian, it's racist to your DC. Right,
so
one
I've
second.
used my
Saving
bonus
throw,
action to
restrained. There's nothing about failed or saved successful.
unwrap.
Okay, that's fine. Do you need to use your bonus to unwrap?
Yes.
Wow.
I have used my movement and I've used my action, so I am done.
And that guy made his save, so he's not. Is it difficult terrain? Is that the other thing? It is difficult terrain, right?
Yeah.
Right. I wish I had the thing for difficult terrain. That looks difficult terrainy. And like a comet.
Vomit, yeah.
So I know that that's a thing, right? Because remind me when
it's a
people are
difficult
moving.
terrain,
Yeah,
a creature, yeah.
cool. Right, if that's you,
Now that Vanger returns to Vangerness, he will regain his psychic link.
you can now regain use of the telepathy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That was
So
such
if
a
there's
weird.
anything you wanted to say.
Anything you wanted to think really hard at me at? Yeah. Any communication you want to have before I click the order? Good.
I don't know.
That's okay. Right, we've done. There we go. Fleabite. What's the plan? Talk us through this wonderful new adventure.
So I might think to Xarxus.
I'll do my best Arx's impression if you speak to him, don't worry.
Hey buddy, I'm Xarxus!
That's
click
Arx's
that,
impression.
send it to him.
That's exactly how he sounds, guys.
That'd be so good for Dylan, yeah. Amazing.
Then yeah, so Fleabite will just say, any new things attack back? Maybe go check.
And then you just hear back as he's sound asleep. If he doesn't get that, that's a dig at Dylan because he's probably asleep right now. Yeah.
And I'll also just
Are you trying to convey Sarah in any way or not? Because none of that says Sarah. if they attack back, check, and then.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
If that's fine, I just wanted to double check if there was any kind of way he could interpret that. That's fine.
No, just make sure there's nothing in that area. It could include the bit that she's in, but just also that sort of.
Okay.
Good to know that we have an escape route.
Okay.
But I will also just quickly psychic to Sarah that say that red thing coming to check area. Baby, don't stab him. Yes. Unless he attack you, yes.
Okay. You hear like mild, startling reply.
If you see, hear, squeak anything else, let me know.
Okay. You get the same, almost exact reply, in that. Okay, that's gonna get interesting fast.
And I guess to complete the trifecta, over to Vanguard and say, these ones attack first. Do we kill also that non-witness? Yes.
There, my reply.
Right.
But it'll be brief because we're definitely at the limits of what he can really convey in
Yeah,
6 seconds.
sorry, I'm just sort of trying to parse what you were saying. Kill them all so there are no witnesses. Is that?
Yeah.
That was a question. It wasn't a.
Should we?
suggestion.
I think is the implication. Yeah. Should we kill them all?
Yeah. I was just trying to yeah, exactly what you're saying. Sorry, because
But
sometimes
also
it's hard to hear you as well when you're not ranking up when you're how am I forgetting?
It's okay. Don't worry about it. You're lost in irrelevancy. What were you saying, Alexander?
My name is confusing.
Well, it's just like how long does it take to make a psychic link instead of just like.
Sorry. Yeah, I got a bit confused by my own wording there. No, sorry. It's just that I wasn't quite understanding you as you spoke.
Yeah,
that's all.
right. So the message was.
Obviously, Vanguard's not going to pay for that, but we might be forced to. I think he'll just think something to that effect of like, yeah, because that was mine. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the equivalent of.
He'll think back. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Which I know, very milk toast, but that's who he is.
That's fine. Staying in character is fine. I support this fully.
Yeah.
Right. So Fleabite, there you go. That's what you got working with. What's next?
Then I say to the no.
Fleabite says to himself, "Good job, buddy." Just a little singed. We're still good.
Yeah, he had to do the attack. To have just left it at that one.
Was it the same guy that hit you twice as well? I think it was, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
A nemesis now, you could say. Dear.
One for the floor. Is 2 attacks better than 1 better attack?
It depends on the ratio of betterness.
Yeah, like talk us through it with actual details.
So I was thinking of I can bonus action. It was one of those weird things from Tasha's that bonus action to give yourself advantage, but you can't move.
Okay.
Or I could use my attack and my bonus action as an attack for the psychic point.
And you could just give yourself advantage.
True, but it's a thing. And I was.
No, I do appreciate the desire to do it mechanically sometimes rather than just constantly cheese. It's cool if you're thinking like lining up, because these guys aren't super tough, so you could probably just line up a really nice shot and win and dispatch them. So I'd be down with that.
There is do you need to make the 2 attacks against one person with psychic blades, or is it free?
No, I don't. So.
Yeah,
but I have to do the first attack to be able to use the bonus.
Yeah, it is a follow up as opposed to or a contingent on, sorry, as opposed to a follow up. So obviously extra attack with that, it doesn't need to hit with the first one. Blade, magical blade, simple weapon, range on a hit. The blade vanishes immediately after. Apparently, it's after you attack with the blade, you can make a second blade. Ah, that's right. So the only thing is, you can't have anything in your hands.
Yes.
Firstly, but because you're sling in your hand just now, that's fine.
Yep.
As part of your move, you could get rid of your sling, so that's completely fine. Then you could walk forward and get in range of like 2 people. Because can't you throw them? These psychic blades, 60 feet.
Yes. Yeah.
So you could like walk forward and then hope to take out one guy, and then volley at the next guy. If you wanted to try that, to try and maximise fleabite potential. 60 feet's also quite generous in this map anyway, so. But yeah, see my thinking, right? So that's not terrible. Whereas I don't know if you can do an attack against 2 people. The other way.
No, it would just be one attack.
Yeah.
So Psychic
So
Blades
we're
gives you
not
the chance of
technically
taking
able
out maybe 2 people, right? Maybe 2, depending on your damage potentials.
Well, it would injure one. It would probably injure 2.
But that's not bad, it's up to you, right? And obviously we know, based on the power of being transparent, that guy is concentrating. So he's not a bad target, and he's the one that burnt you twice.
He's doing like the little fingers at the side of the head thing.
Yeah.
And staring really intently.
So
I just
yeah.
want for the first for the first attack that I can throw, it manifests in freehand. First one.
Yeah.
So I can still hold my sling for that.
I mean, you could already just have put your sling away now, right? Because you're not spending your movement, right? And what I mean by that is, if you used steady aim, you couldn't put your sling away unless you used an action, or you dropped it as a free action, right? Because you wouldn't have your move to do it as part of your move. Does that make sense? Whereas with Psychic Blades, it doesn't matter if you haven't moved yet. The fact that you have access to your move still means...
It's not tied to move, it's tied to action.
What are you talking about? I don't think you're listening to what I'm listening to. So, the sling in your hand is a problem for Psychic Blades to be fully realised, right? So, to put it away as a free action, but as part of your move, you need to have your move speed still exist. I'm saying if you did the steady aim thing instead, your sling wouldn't have ever been able to have been put away unless you used an action to do it. Right? I'm not talking about what you're doing with Psychic Blades, I'm talking about how steady aim will interact with how you change weapons a lot.
But the movement and it's not part of your movement. The stowing a weapon is part of your action.
Where does it say that? Cool. Give me a page reference as well.
193.
193. 193.
I'm basing that on it's in the action part, not.
Where's
the move bits are all
193?
limited by movement.
It ain't on 193 in my book. In the actual player's handbook, 193 is the Gods of the Multiverse page.
Okay.
2 seconds. Maybe I'm being dumb. I'm on 293. I'm 100 pages ahead. That's on me, guys. Right. So, where are we? Under... Use an object. Interesting that it says that there. I wonder where I've read that it's part of your move, because I've always known
Starfinder.
that's part of your move. No, because I've said it long before that.
Huh.
I've always had that in my head for 5e. Interesting.
I thought it was, but then I think that's because I did Starfinder first.
Interesting. I'm sure that's how my original 5e game, and not like me as a player, I mean, that was there. I wonder if that's been errated since. Either way, yeah, you're right. That is there. It's very, very clear there. Although I'm now wondering if I got confused. Draw weapon as part of your movement 5e. Let's see if any results come up.
But yeah, I think I'll just do that because that either way. I-
2 seconds, right? So before you continue just now, so according to the player handbook, page 193, and the table that is peculiarly placed on page 190. Let me see what that exactly that table is. What's the table for 190? Let me quickly scroll up to that. Okay, that's probably not. Movement and position. On your move, the speed. Right, okay. Interesting. I think it's yeah. So that table on 190 on the player handbook. So it says interacting with objects around you. Here are a few examples of the sorts of things you can do in tandem with your movement and action. Draw or sheath a sword, top of the list. And also pick up or drop axe, etc. Okay. That's a lot more generous than I've ever given it credit for. Good to know. We'll try and update brain file. I'll also just dump this in 5e rules on here.
Brain file.
It's there we go. And what's this called? Drawing a weapon. That's what we'll call this. I'll dump that in. There we go. Continue, please.
Okay, so I guess yeah, I'll stow sling.
Cool.
And then bonus action steadying. Then I'll psychic blade roll this guy.
Okay. Let's see. Yep.
And given that I was the one that coded the psychic blades, we'll flip the coin, see if it works.
Have faith. Okay.
No.
So, is that the right modifiers in maths, though? So what makes the attack happen? So, shearing blade, normal range, thrown properties, finesse. Yeah, so finesse means it would work with dex, right? That makes sense. Thrown weapon gives it obviously range, but we know it's range 60 regardless, so that's fine. There's no long range, which is fine. Psychic damage. Do you want to click the damage button on that for me as well, just to see if that works too? Okay, let's highlight this. So, obviously sneak is fine, and that seems fine. It's a d6. Is it plus dex? Does it say? I think it did, didn't it? Plus the ability modifier used? Yep, that's fine. Vanishes immediately after his target, leaves no mark. Make a melee. Or with the second psychic blade. I assume you can melee this blade as well, the first one. Yeah. Did I miss? I might have skipped. Yeah, it's just an attack. And then blah 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 blah. Yep, that seems. I think that's all legit, yeah. Right, so I know you've got range on this guy because he's shot you many times himself. It's 60 range. So. Where are we? There you go.
And now the thing that I forgot to do. Just drain some of his life.
Okay. When you reduce a hostile creature to 0 points, blah 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 blah. Isn't there a range on that, or is it just whenever? That feels very generous. I suppose rogues, or you're a warlock, it's a warlocky thing. What is the range on Dark One's Blessing? If it even has one.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Yeah, it might not. Like, it might just be it because it's a warlock power. So obviously they didn't really decide to limit any of the warlock stuff. That's no shade. It's just good design, to be perfectly honest.
Well, it's like, it's a blessing from a sinister higher power. It's
Yeah,
got a good range, presumably.
Yeah, no, it doesn't say anything. That's pretty nifty. Yep. So add your temp HP.
It would be a shame, like, as Modius blesses you for sacrificing this soul, but you're 5 feet out of range of his
Yeah.
blessing.
But honestly, though, that is how some of the fucking things work. So yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah.
good. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. How much health did you get, buddy?
3, I think, because I'm level 4 warlock, but I have a -1 charisma. So
Yep, that's true. 3. That's fine. One day you'll fix Fleabite. Maybe not.
One day.
Okay.
That's how someday, not one. Sorry.
probably there'll be like just a as dispatches another one, glares at the remaining.
Okay, are you not using the other attack?
No, because I did the steady.
Ah. Right, bonus action. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Perfect. Okay. That's your turn then. It's Lady Sarah, who needs to make a couple of rolls. So 1, and then
Roll for
okay, and then okay.
13, 3, 6. 13, 3, both contain 3s. 6 is 2 3s. There are 2 other numbers. There are 3 numbers total, which means 3, and 2 the numbers of 3 in them.
She's clearly the devil.
It's exciting.
Right.
Numerology is real and important.
Cool. And then she takes the dodge action. Eltris, we're back to you, buddy.
Okay. Firstly, am I meant to be really confused as what's happening with Sarah right now? Like, why are we rolling?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm
Okay.
randomizing things that she's doing in the dark.
She may be a little. My nerves would probably not be great in her circumstances.
Yeah.
So she's probably got some things in her mind.
So the first roll
She's got
is her
free weight.
mentally trying to ground herself, right? In this scenario. Because she's not immune to the noises coming from this room. Or the fact that you're shouting in this room, right? So that's the thing she's hearing.
Probably there were some like death gurgles.
Yeah, right? So she's hearing that, and she's hearing Vanguard trying to negotiate, and then she hears Fleabite in her head being like, don't die in the dark, essentially. And she's like, right, okay, these are now new possibilities in my brain. So that first roll's her basically willpower. And then that is direction and speed.
Okay. Cool.
No, I told her to stay, but
Yeah. So, Eltris. That's to kind of give you a bit of reasoning behind my madness for her. I can't believe you can fucking draw a weapon as part of your action. I feel like I've been lied to all these years.
You know what? It makes a lot of builds
So
probably
much.
more doable.
Yeah, right? Like, anyway, yeah, it's annoying.
It makes a gunslinger character a lot better. Like,
Or just dual wielding,
draws
full
guns
stop.
as you walk.
If you can draw as part of your action and part of your move, that's great.
I think there's various subclasses for rogue that you can like draw 2.
But that made sense when I only thought you could do it as part of your move anyway, like everyday, right? Like that made the rogues so much better than everybody else at having multiple weapons. Eltris?
Okay. I feel like I got a plan in my head. I'm just going to go for this. Okay, so I'm not going to.
No, let's hold up there. Hold up there, good dear friend of mine that is imitating another good dear friend of mine with RP plans. not looking at you, Scott. Not at all. Talk us through it first. Let's have the player agency chat. Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to, like, I can do an attack first, can't I? And
Yeah.
then move. Yeah. So basically, what I'm thinking, right? This is my overall plan, if it works. I'm just going to attack, right? Use my greatsword on either this guy or this guy, right? Then do the extra attack because this one seems to go down easily, like this one over here,
cool.
right? It's like basically one hit. So attack, then extra attack, okay?
Okay.
And then 40 movement, which means I can easily get up to here.
Okay.
And then my little storm aura thing, I can then use that on like this guy, can't I?
Yeah, you can definitely try.
And my plan is not to touch this guy and maybe use him for leverage, have him as the sole survivor.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So leave one alive vibe. Yeah.
If we do want to get information, you know what I mean, his life's on the line. Makes sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But it does kind of rely on you successfully spedonking two people in the brain head. So that
You just watch me, Vanger. Just watch me. No, I'm joking.
oh, no, to be fair, right? Even if you don't kill them both, if you like damage one of them, that's one opportunity attack you'll take, right? That's not too bad. You're pretty tough as a barb. What I would say is these guys are going down very quickly, and if there's one thing that I know as a person who's encountered what is known as a game in his time, generally speaking, when the mooks go down quickly, it ain't just the mooks you're dealing with. So I would say
It's that metagaming the game theory.
there's something else happening here, and that maybe slaughtering all these guys easily. So yeah, take a cautious option. I think actually kill these two guys. I think that's a good start, and then use their movement. Yeah, like, but don't get any funny ideas. Is all I'm saying. Like, take someone hostage after once it's clear it's over. Fair enough. That makes a lot of sense to me. Like, I agree with everything you said. I'm just sort of urging caution.
I think you're saying it's fine to go big, just don't go home.
Yeah, go big, but stay here. We need the ball. You know, it's not football if you've only got the feet.
That's fair, actually, though. No, like that's legit. It checks out.
Okay. I think that's my new motto for life. Go big and then stick around for a little bit.
Yeah, go big and stick at it, you know?
I thought it was going to be that it's not football if you've only got the feet. I quite like that.
Look,
anyway, Eltris, let's see how it plays out, right? Who are you attacking first? Guy straight in front of you or guy to...
Guy straight in front of me. Okay, so click my greatsword, yeah?
Yeah. Bamzo, you miss.
Trigger.
Okay, plan B, everybody.
This is why I was cautious.
Go medium, maybe go home.
Oh, whoops. So, that's the thing.
It was guaranteed to happen after that entire explanation, though. That's how dice work.
Yeah, your plan required that it not happen, and therefore.
You are made of health, though, so literally walking away, and considering these guys seem to be armed with, like, staves, or, like, clubs, as they're called by the mechanics, but really they're just, you know, ornamental staves. Yeah. I don't imagine them clubbing you as you just walk past them. It's going to be an issue for you.
Yeah. I'm thinking, though, like, since I'm here, should I just use my sea aura thing on them, my storm aura thing?
Remember, there's only one.
This guy.
It's up to you. So what's your plan then? Is it see aura them and then walk up to this other guy, or?
I don't know. I feel like maybe
have you abandoned that plan now? Is he no longer part of the plan?
I think I might. Yeah.
His spell is working nicely then, isn't it?
What spell is this guy doing again? Like, it's a mad blessing thing.
So technically, I only post because I'm a nice GM. I have no need to post. You technically don't know unless you can pass an Arcana check to identify it. You can do that if you want.
I've got a -1 to that.
I mean, you could crit it. I mean, what's wrong with that, right?
Yeah, roll it, and you might be confused. That's still a fun RP mode.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, if I do this, though, do I still get the...
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. Yeah.
That's that.
Remember that homebrew rule that I threw in that I'm
Okay,
going
why not?
against?
It's
Yeah.
always a good approach.
Okay, right, let's do it then. Can I roll an Arcana skill check then?
Yeah, just push the button.
Just click it. Okay, never mind.
Now this is this fun RP moment we were speaking about. And I'm not going to
You
quote the
are-
Hulk here, but that man is shiny. He wasn't as shiny before. And then he made himself more shiny after you killed his friends. So you know that much has happened. Don't know why.
Right, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to take movement, right? Because what I'm thinking in my head is
Oh, I like it. This is
It's
baller.
good. It's good. It's the way to
They
play a
have-
barbarian that does not give a fuck about the people around him, because let's face it, he doesn't need to. You don't need to based on what you've witnessed so far. These things have barely scratched you.
I like that you've just sort of they've walked up to you after you've just slaughtered two of their mates. You've wildly flailed at them with a sword and just completely messed, and then you're just gonna belt past them for their other friend.
It's good.
yeah. I mean, like everyone else went down easily enough.
Also,
so
right
I'm
next to him, the
in my
ground
head-
exploded with weird vines everywhere, which is not an everyday
Yeah.
occurrence in
He's
this
just
room.
taking it straight.
Yeah.
Oh, but maybe this guy's the guy to keep alive, though, eh?
Well,
He certainly
he's
thinks
probably
so.
the hardest one to kill. So yeah.
The trick is
Oh, I'm
not to
so
do
confused.
the Alexander approach, which is overthink it.
I think I'm
What
starting
is
to
it?
overthink it.
Invincible.
Right. Okay. Right. I'm going to move up to here. Okay.
Right. Okay.
I'm doing it. I'm
So,
moving.
what route are you taking?
I take it. Can I do
No.
that?
No. So, you can go bam, or bam, and then you can go wherever you want. So you could go there, but that is 35 because you can't cross through this guy.
Cross through. Yeah.
You can't see if you were one back. You can go diagonal, but this
Can't
guy
cross the street.
is a bad guy. And
Right.
as soon as so attacks of opportunity or thing, that's what we're talking about. So when you leave their range, they'll get like a cheeky attack, but I wouldn't worry about it. Like I really wouldn't at this stage. I would say in a more dangerous fight or a
No.
more obviously dangerous fight, worry about that shit. But currently,
Okay. Right. Can I take that route that you said then? That was 35 feet, but because I'm on a Mac, I don't think I can get. See where like it was. What
so
you're
I just
doing.
right. I know the right clicking is the mystery of a Mac. Obviously, I don't really know how you do that. Is it maybe like does Control click and do it? No. Does Shift click and do it? No. Does Alt click and do it? No. No, I don't know how you would do that. Do you have like a what's the other button Macs have that PCs don't? Is there a Mac button?
There's
Because obviously I know I've got like a Windows button here.
there's no. Not really.
Okay, so you're gonna always have this issue where you can't like stagger these things, but that's fine. As long as I know where you want to go, that's fine. So you're happy to do this route?
Yeah. Happy to do that route. Yeah.
Just move your guy that route then, alright? So,
So he goes to this bit, and then.
and then, yeah. So can you put him to just the stage where he would leave that guy's first range for me?
Wait. So
So
where?
go back to the start. Right? That's not the start, but yeah. So move along square by square, right? So you're moving over, moving up, and then you're probably going diagonal, right? So move one diagonal, and it's in fact, yeah. So there's two attacks to happen. So there's one. That's the second attack where you are there. So move back two. Move back to down one. There. Yeah. The first attack would happen here because you left that other guy's range, right? By stepping
Right,
to the left. Right? So I'll do that first. Right? So he will go. Bam! And he misses. Right? Move back to that second last position that I took you to. So up and diagonal. Cool. And then bam! Oh, nice. Take your 6 damage that gets reduced to 3 damage. The reason why it's important to do it this way is because if they had moves that stop your movement, or abilities, sorry, that stop your movement, it's important to know where you'd land. Right? But they don't. They really don't. But well done on that guy critting. And then you can now happily continue your journey. Well, not giving a fuck about those people. Right, so now you've done that, right? What's the plan now? I'll get rid of that.
Storm Aura
On whomst.
stood.
Right, so now we have to do a second thing. You need to do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh yeah, because
It's a DC 12. This is not difficult. There you go. You passed it. You can attack this guy.
Ooh.
Yep. That's what the Sanctuary spell does, by the way, just for Tom's knowledge, not Electris's knowledge. So he has a spell that means you need to think twice to attack him. Had you failed that, you would not have been able to do the attack against him.
But I wouldn't actually be able to attack anyway, can I? Because I've used my attack this turn.
No, so this is your bonus action we're using, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And you do still have another attack to use because of extra attack. So you're still good, don't worry. So Storm Aura that guy, right? Because you've managed to make the save to continue with Storm Aura. So I need to do a save now, right? So I need to do the save first, right? So is it Dex, isn't it? Is that where you meant to this answer?
I'm going to just throw it in here quickly.
It's the other one.
Oh, that's why I'm getting confused.
Okay.
Dex.
Remember, you can add a red text thing that is just simplified Sea Aura if you wanted, or simplified Aura, and just have the important bits from both of them in it if you want. That's something you're welcome to do.
I might do that during the week.
No worries. So it is a Dex save, yeah. So I'll do a wee cheeky Dex roll for this guy. With Bamzo. Nope, he's taking damage. So now do your D6 damage. Nicely nice. Right. And now he needs to make a concentration check. Yeah, I know he probably should have used his bless, but it wouldn't have made the save of his DC 14.
yes.
There was no point. Right, so I will remember it for this part. So, or bam, and doesn't matter, he's made it anyway. So bless is kind of pointless so far. Okay, that's fine. But he keeps it, regardless.
Pointless because it has been pointless.
Yeah.
If it were needed, it would have probably
Crucial,
been useful.
yeah. So
There you go.
to explain what happened there, Tom, right? So because he's concentrating on a spell, anytime a caster that's concentrating, or anytime MD's concentrating on a condition, it can end if you take damage. Okay? So you need to do a con save. Which is nice because it's con save and it's concentration. It's quite easy to remember the correlation.
Yeah.
But he made the save because the damage you did to him was 3, which means the DC is 10. That's the lowest DC that he has to roll. The only way it's going to rise above 10 is if you do above 20 damage, because it's DC 10 or half the damage you have taken in the attack. So if you hit him for 40 damage, his DC on that concentration check's 20, which he has to roll. Make sense? Cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We'll remind you if it comes up again. So now you have your extra attack that you can employ on either of them, or deploy, I guess. Both's valid, I think.
I want to deploy the extra attack on this guy because I feel like I want to keep this guy alive to the end.
Okay.
I feel like he'll have the answers.
And tactically, you don't have to do another save to see if you're allowed to attack him.
Okay.
Because if you try to attack that guy, you need to do your wisdom save again. Make sense? Cool.
Oh, yeah. Right, okay.
Cool.
Let's just go for this guy then.
Cool.
Up here. So I'm just hitting my greatsword again, yeah?
Yeah. This is the extra attack part of your thing. Yep, it hits.
And then I do my 2d6 plus 3 slashing, that wee button, yeah?
Just click the greatsword
Oh
button.
no, I just clicked the great sword. Right,
Yep.
sorry.
It's okay. There you go. And see how rage is added in as well? So it's 11 plus the 2 from rage, right? Because you're still raging. Okay?
Yeah.
There you go. Well, bam, he's dead.
Yeah, take that.
You have 5 movement left if you care.
That's like 1 square into it. Nah, I'll just stay.
That's a sensible choice.
Yeah.
Because it's just giving him an attack of opportunity for no reason. Right, okay. Dylan takes the dodge action.
I did say to it.
Yeah, you did. I know.
Sleep Darksis.
It's not even that. It's literally what you actually said to him was pretty indecipherable, to be fair. It was your after explanation as Alexander that made a lot of sense. Oh dear. So, these dudes. Yeah, I think I'm going to start with this guy. He's going to go up there. Because he's feeling pretty confident about his performance before. And he's going to go, wabam. And then
He shouldn't have been.
he's going to roll, wabam! To also miss. Because I think that's, was that 12? That's 11. So, yeah. Keep in mind, he only needs to hit 13. So, it's not bad. But yeah, he definitely should not have been as confident as he seemed to be. Oh no, he doesn't have bless. Sorry, that's my mistake. That guy's dead. Remember, I numbered these for a reason. There we go. He's dead. No bless. He missed regardless. Right, this guy's going to do 10 movement to there because of anger. As he pulls himself free from grasping vines, and then he can be decadent and go there. Actually, that's what he can do. And then
Don't quite like this.
yeah, it's. I mean, this is exactly the situation everybody else is really happy that you're here for.
Yeah, this is your function. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But yeah, they both miss.
That guy had bless.
I know, like, well, let's find out in that hypothetical future. Nope, still missed. So, this is where the dice are super kind to barbarians all the fucking time when they don't need the kindness from the dice, ever. And they're designed to deal with cruel dice. So, we're now down to the last guy. He screams something in Draconic.
Uh-huh.
Does MD speak Draconic?
I honestly can't remember.
It'll tell us in your sheet at the bottom left.
Nope.
Cool. Vanguard, that nope.
Is Draconic a tall like primordial?
No. But
Okay.
I imagine dragons that are old enough would remember Primordial, yeah. Okay.
I like to think that Xarxis does speak it. He just decides not to trust
Do you know, I will check for you, right? I will check. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Unless there's a red text ability from his bard bullshit that gives him the ability to speak Draconic. The answer is he can't or he will lie in Draconic to the best of his ability without speaking it.
Sarah speak Draconic?
No. She does not. There were rats, yes. So he screams in Draconic. And then what does he do? I think he's kind of happy with what he's got going on there. I don't think he's gonna. I'm gonna make a roll to see how sensible this guy is. Man, my sensible rolls are 13s. Interesting. Yeah, I think he's still in the I am in danger of dying phase since he's been shot with lightning already, so he's probably going to Sacred Flame you. Right, do your save here for me, Eltris.
Dexterity with
With
advantage.
advantage.
Because the danger sense is just so fucking broken. So good.
Danger zone.
Yeah. Yup.
Jeez, that's a good.
Yeah. So, what's next? Vanguard.
I feel like I should leave and tangle up for the time being.
If you've not got any other concentration plans, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Remember, you can still cast other spells that aren't concentration.
Yeah. Move there. Then how far am I from? Oh, not mean that ping. Sorry. 40 feet. Him. 40 feet. 40 feet or 35. Okay. That's good. Most things should be in range, I'm sure. How much health have you? How beaten up? How beaten up is Eltris looking?
No, at all.
Not at all.
Like,
He's
first
got,
of
like,
all,
minor
he's surrounded by people, so it's probably hard to see him anyway. And then the lightning aura.
Some of them have been damaged, though, right?
What, the people around him?
Yeah.
Nah, as far as you can tell, they all look okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like at a glance, yeah, they all look fine. And one of them is shining so bright with Bless and Sanctuary on them. It's almost like the game's highlighting who the leader is.
Yeah.
With a
that's
nice
possible.
overlay.
I'm definitely that's possible.
Or who your current target is, I'm not sure.
I could shield of faith you if you think that'd be useful, but you don't seem like you're in a huge
So that's
trouble
plus
right
2
now.
to your AC, just for the context.
It would mean me dropping that, which could be useful if anything else does appear, or if you get downed and they start running towards me. But I don't think that's going to happen. Which is why I don't think I need to shield of faith you, but just to make you aware that's an option.
Yeah, sadly, and this is no offense to Fleabite, but Fleabite caught fire when he entered the room, essentially, and the screaming Thor-like barbarian has just ploughed his way through people and not really looked like he's been damaged in any noticeable way. So this is like the Thor versus Black Widow vibe when you're up against, I don't know, Ultron, you know? Yeah.
This is a good point, actually, because Fleabite has taken damage.
Yeah.
Quite loudly.
And
So
Sinji, yeah. Fleabite looks a lot more damaged than most people here.
Living.
That's a bonus.
Remember, dead people aren't creatures anymore. They're objects, according to D&D.
At this range, the best choice I have, I think, is a chill touch, maybe? Or...
chill touch. Oh dear. You're missed, buddy.
I'm gonna try a chill touch.
So is your chill touch.
And this guy.
Which one? Okay, the one just below him. Go.
Yeah, just use that chill touch. Does it hit?
Yeah, it does. My god. Like, instantly, the first use of chill touch from Vanguard, and it hits.
I think I might have used it before.
Crooks.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, he...
8 and it can't regain hit points until the start of minutes.
Nice. That's such a good after effect for a cantrip, isn't it?
It's lovely for That's so much stronger than the damage against a powerful foe, and sort of the reason it stays relevant.
Yeah, it's actually great.
And then with my bonus action, I'm gonna healing word our resident rat.
Nice.
I'm just gonna do it level 1 because I don't think you're too badly injured, are you, Alex?
I wouldn't waste anything more than that.
Sure.
You say psychically to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. In
Yeah.
time. B7 better.
It's actually alright, yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling 7 better.
That's not how that no. That was I like the logic approach to that, Alexander, where you just added a 7 after the numbers you already had that give you 400 health. But
It's an interesting strategy.
yeah, I mean, it's not a bad approach, yeah. I can see the appeal. Alright, so that was your action and bonus and your move, yeah.
My turn.
And you don't obviously want to entangle yourself, so that's fair.
Yeah.
Although it's
I
a good tactic, right? Cast entangle, just walk into it and then just look helpless and just see what they do.
Cast entangle. just wait for them to come to you. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, can't get me now,
Avoid
can you?
this.
I've entangled myself. It's not a bad strategy if you're the one holding, the golden snitch or whatever the plot point is that they need to grab from you, right? It's alright.
Have absolutely everyone taken tangle. Spam it across the entire battlefield.
Entangle and Skywrite and then just piss them off. Yeah, I like it. Right, okay, if that's you, yeah.
That's me.
Entangle ticks down, and then we're not on Fleabite. Because something happens.
Oh, is that a dragon?
No.
Is it 5?
This guy walks in.
See a dragon.
Sure, I guess. So this lovely old man walks in. Says hi. Very casually. Walks in and says, this seems very noisy in here. Very loud. And with his hand waves over it, Eltris is sparking away in mid-massacring people. After you've your chill touch hand fades away and stuff like that, Vanger. And your healing powers over Fleabite. And it says, are we coming down? And he's looking more at you, Vanger, since you seem more sagely than the burning rat and the man surrounded in, people. To be fair, the burning rat's almost a messiah like demigod in the Monday game, so it's not that big a deal.
Well, there's. I'm afraid we didn't seem to have much choice. I will happily lay down arms if I'm not sure how to put this as Vanger. But essentially, if they do,
so as you word through that, right? I think as you word through it, he will then, he'll reply at that point, right? And then he holds up his hand, and there's red mist that starts to drift from his hand, and he says, "It would be best if you drop all of this." And he waves vaguely between you all. And the implication is obviously spells, weapons, all of this. And then mechanically he holds his action. And there's a trigger somewhere, I'm sure.
Okay.
And then it's Fleabite's turn. You could speak to Vanger though if you wanted the wee confab.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Ring, 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 mind phone.
Quickly looks at arms.
Yeah, nothing in these hands.
I mean, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Fleabite's the only unarmed one here.
Yep.
And I guess psychic over to Vanger. You think not fight?
Well, I think literally, I think oh, well, we don't know exactly what we've stumbled into. Might be worth being a little cautious.
That's maybe where your 6 seconds maybe cap out.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, that's what you've got to work with, Fleabite. Caution to the wind is what I heard. Cool psychic blade class feature, you say?
He's out of 60 feet.
Is he? Oh, well done him.
I'm just worried about Sarah.
I mean, you could literally just walk forward, though. Also, who knows where Sarah is? It's fine. She's Schrodinger's problem at the moment. Also, Wenger, are you glad you kept your entangle now, just in case anything happens?
I mean, yes.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I knew you're doing something.
Is that a stage 2?
Yeah, I think I will.
Now remember,
I'll
Eltris is still mid-fighting, thematically, with these fuckers.
I mean, yes, mid fighting, mid killing.
Edgar, you know, we're keeping with the Thor vibe.
Yeah, so to move.
Yeah.
And just take the dodge action, I guess.
Right, give me 2 seconds till I read back my wording.
And I don't have any weapons out.
No, it's okay. I never stated what his trigger was.
Yeah.
Moving closer might just be threatening enough to him. You are, like, a larger than normal rat. Slightly singed. Let's see. No, I think you're good. I think you're good. Good so far. Right. So, that you? Yes? No, maybe?
Surely I can do like a trillion things with bonus action. I mean, I got a floating bonus action.
It does feel crapsy when you're used to using everything in the turn and you go, but it's... does anyone need a bonus action this turn? Because I got a spare one.
I mean, I could open up the tab that has my spells, but you know, I'm not going to start doing that now.
Flavite doesn't know that tab exists, so Alexander doesn't know that tab exists. I understand.
Yeah, I think the dodge actions.
What do you have, though, actually? Let's have a quick nosy. Spells. I'm to that page.
Yeah, I know, like, Mirror Image is an action, I'm pretty sure.
Most spells are. Misty Step's a bonus, I think, yeah?
That was why I took it.
Yeah. It's 30 foot, I think, Misty Step as well, so... Excuse me. So... Let's see. Where are you? You were here. So if you were here, you could... Your movement's what? 30... Right?
30, yeah, 30.
So if you moved there, you could teleport. Yeah. You'd get in the 60 range, obviously, of them fine. But...
Although I think that's the... I can bonus action to dash as well, so I don't actually even need to use the teleport.
No, but if... So ideally, like, what I mean is, you could easily have went, obviously, whatever distance, where are we here? 30 there. And then from here... It's 45 there, which means you should be in from there, yeah? So you could still have done double Psychic Blades. Instead of dodge.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to get closer to Vanger and maybe...
Mm-hmm.
Entanglement.
Yeah, aye, from the party boys over there. Okay, are you happy as that? Then you're a bonus, no bonus.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Batman. Sure.
Okay.
Batman.
Right.
Serious.
She's doing God's work. That's what she's doing.
Running around back there.
In
There's no
the
cliffs
dark.
or anything, is there?
You have no idea. Just gotta take the dodge action. Yep. My favourite thing is when she comes all the way around and stabs this guy in the back.
That would be awesome.
Based on her merry journey. I'm deliberately not showing the stream what she's up to as well, because I think it's funnier this way. If somebody can remember where she was and then do all the maths like a chess game, I don't expect them to do that, but it's still funnier. We're back to you, Eltris. Are you going to stop or are you going to keep going? Because remember, if you stop, you'll lose your rage.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think you have the wherewithal to stop, or do you want to keep murdering the 3 people around you that you might be able to kill? Because the guy down from you is looking pretty damn not good after Vanger tickled him in the back with a chill touch hand. For 8 damage, by the way. It was pretty good. Or whatever the damage was. It was 8, right?
I think it was.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I asked that and then looked at you guys on Discord and not the window with the answer. Yep. So that was this guy who's looking pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
You know you've damaged this guy because you've applied lightning to this man. And this guy's looking fine. But that means you could probably Storm Aura /
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I'm
or
also thinking
you could drop. If you think your character can
Do
calm down.
what your character would do, man.
But holding actions also exist.
No. I don't know if you
Oh.
can when you're in rage. Because you can't concentrate when you're in rage. So I'm wondering if I don't know the exact interactions, but I don't know the answer straight out. I've never read that you can't hold an action. Let's just find out. Can you ready an action?
Yeah, can you hold like a small animal?
Very angrily, yes. Can you ready? So like, I guess like if you were holding like I don't know, like a cornered animal, it would be thematically appropriate. Can you ready an action? Like a badger?
Ferret?
Yeah.
Really upset.
Can you ready an action while raging?
A gun? Can you ready a gun while we?
Blah 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 blah. Right, let's see. Can you... There is no sleek answer to this, annoyingly. Right, so somebody's asking you ready an action to rage. Well, no, the answer is no.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
It's because it's a bonus action to rage and you cannot ready a bonus action or a move. Right. Which is kind of crap, if you ask me. I think the idea that if this guy approaches, I want to cut him off with my speed and attack him, I think that should be fine, really, but it's not by 5e rules. Things you can do when raging. Let's have a quick look at this. This is important to know. I've very rarely played with a barbarian class, Tom, so it's quite good for me to learn this shit. Things you can do while raging. Is this a video and not actually just a list? Oh my god, no, there is a transcript of this conversation. Oh my god, I'm just going to Control F for ready. Okay, so they never use the word ready, ever. It's all just all readies in that transcript, so that was a complete waste of my time. Right, I'm going to read ready to action, and I'm going to make my ruling off the wording of that. So, ready in action, where are we here? And I'm going to read rage. Where are we? Ready. Can you paste rage in again for me in the chat? The reason why I think it's because obviously there's certain rules about rage limiting like your technically your ability to process, right? If that's the case, because you don't necessarily, it does affect things like concentrating spells and whatnot. So, and the reason why I'm thinking ready doesn't is for this line. When you ready a spell, right? Bear with me. You can cast it as normal, but hold its energy, which you release with your reaction when the trigger occurs. To be ready, the spell must have the casting time of 1, and holding on to the spell's magic requires concentration. Can you now see why I'm thinking there's a weird overlap here that's in a grey area? Because it implies that you're in concentration mode when you're in ready. It implies it. Obviously, it doesn't state it at all. Right, does anything enrich? That better be useful context.
I know, but what exactly all does concentration apply to?
From memory? Mostly just spells, but...
If it is just spells, then surely that'll only apply in the case of spells, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, like I'm inclined to agree. Can something interrupt your ready action? Can ready action be interrupted? Oh. I don't want to interrupt the spell with ready action. I don't care about that. Can you interrupt? Where are we here? Right, so you can interrupt an action with a ready action. That's fine. I don't actually want to know that. I want to know if your ready action can be interrupted. I'm going to say you can ready an action. I think that's fine. Because I feel like I've spent too much time looking for this answer. I think this is quite a good thing to write in the let's look it up list. So I'm going to write that in my notes. Let's look at rage and readied actions. Rage plus readied actions equals deeds ruling. That's fine. But yeah, for now you can. Until later when you discover you might not be able to. But yeah, I don't read anything that tells me that it doesn't, that you can't do it. It'd be different if your rage stopped you being able to take reactions, but I don't read that either. So obviously you need your reaction. This is that. So what was your plan? Tell me the process.
I don't know yet. So
right.
Obviously I'm thinking the easy option here is electrocute, stab. But obviously
and there's nothing
would I be able
to
bite and Vanger for where I am?
Yeah, like, so no to flea bite, but yes to Vanger. The reason for that is because technically they block line of sight. And flea bite is small.
Yeah.
So Eltris is medium, those guys are medium, flea bite is small, so no, you can't see flea bite, but you can see Vanger. Just Vanger is medium. And that big square is entangle, it's not a...
Yeah, it doesn't block
yeah,
line.
Yeah, it's just difficult terrain, so walking through it's tough, but seeing through it's fine.
See, what I'm hoping for here is like an end game moment where like Vanger's going to be my Doctor Strange. You give me like a thumbs up if he thinks I should just finish it off or not.
Oh, okay. Let me also do like a bit out of character then. Vanger won't do that. Vanger is pretty peaceful.
Okay. Well, in that case, Oh. I don't know. Right, let me
Mhm.
flip a coin. Right, I'm just going to literally flip a coin here.
I will. Here's my 2 cents, right? And that's
Yes.
why I think that you can obviously choose whatever you want to do, but to actively end your anger, it takes the effort of a bonus action. It's not even a free action. So you actually have to do some level of effort to calm down, right? Or just actively do nothing for a turn and not take damage for a turn. That same turn, right? And that'll make you lose your rage. Like the Hulk having nothing else to smash. So, that level of needing a bonus action to actively stop rage, I don't know why you'd need to, but maybe you would want to concentrate on a spell, for example. Yeah, that's just something to weigh in. That's the only reason why I'm saying you should maybe add that into your calculations when deciding. Is it maybe a D3 that you're rolling, where 1 and 2 are stay and attack, and 3 is calm down? You know?
So here's something that if I do nothing, right,
Yep.
but I still get attacked, so say they continue and they still attack me, I still keep my rage because I've
No.
taken damage if they hit.
Yeah, exactly. If you take damage, yes. If they attack and miss and whatnot, no. But also, technically, by that definition, if they attack you and do 1 damage, and they reduce that to 0 damage, you still don't keep your rage.
Because I've not taken.
Correct. That's kind of dumb, right? But yeah. Although, I don't know, maybe there's some wording play there, right, with resists damage, which means you need to interact with it to resist it. I don't know. That's another ruling. I can read mechanics. So, yeah. What's the plan? What is the plan?
I am going to.
This is tense now.
Do you know, because I just flipped a coin for it, right? And I said
The
right,
coin
heads,
exploded, you know?
the coin exploded mid-air. No, I was like, heads, I'll just go ahead and do it. Tails will do nothing, and it landed on heads, right? But then I'm like, oh, but maybe I shouldn't do anything. I'm thinking, since I had that doubt in my head, even after flipping the coin, I think I'm
Right.
going to take my
Did
chance.
you make
I'm gonna do
Eltris full
nothing.
of doubt, or did you make him an angry electric elf?
I made him an angry electric elf.
There you go. I feel like that's your answer, buddy.
Okay, electrocute this guy. Let's go
Right,
for it.
cool. I love it.
Okay.
We're spending
You
the
gotta
dice
you
over
gotta do you. You gotta do you.
here. Okay. I love it.
I'm so sorry.
No, I adore it. It is great. Give me a second.
This is how last time we played, we ended up like raising a full city of zombies. This is exactly how
I
it
mean,
all
it was a small village. Okay, it was a small village, and he's pretty much locked up and burnt down. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, wow.
They literally were there to like find some missing people, and then it ended up apocalyptically barring the gates and just setting the thing on fire and going, "We're just gonna go to the next town."
Okay.
Thanks for letting me join your team, guys.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think Fleabite might be more wary of people.
Yeah. So, this guy's trigger happens, right? So, his ready to action plays out. Where we unpip that. And he just starts muttering some arcane nonsense. Gotta love arcane nonsense. And yeah, he seems to be putting like a fair bit of effort. The red mist seemed to be swirling around him, and you've noticed the pools of blood from all the victims around you start streaming towards him. Some kind of weird.
I am not surprised that blood magic is involved here.
Right? Me neither, to be perfectly honest. Even blood, this guy, is being pulled, given that he's wounded. And this guy too. And obviously most of these. Yeah. Also, Fleabite, guess what? Blood's coming from you too.
No, it's taking my blood.
Yep, and guess what, Eltris? Yep, some of your blood too. Yep, it's all being fused into the mix. What mix? The remix to ignite. No. Hot and fresh out the kitchen. And
More roll in that body.
it all starts to form in front of him, and then Like, I think Vanguard probably notices this immediately.
Yeah.
Throughout the red, swirling, misty, almost tornado, right? In this blood tornado. You see like flashes of white appear as it swells through the
Would
mists.
you describe the fight as being tooth-like or fang-like? Or...
Bone-like, maybe. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this forms. Oh.
Should get a zoom.
We can as soon as my layers move to the right layer. There we go. This boyo appears.
Oh yeah, that was some sort of definitely an undead construct of some sort.
It's alright, isn't it?
What size would you say that?
I would say that is 3 by 3. So do you know what that means? So if 1 by 1 is medium, then we go to large, which is 2 by 2. We get
Very large.
huge.
That or huge. That's also a term.
That's just a D&D
Can I
term.
ask a question about it?
Yes, you can.
Am I possible to take back what I said a second ago?
I don't know if that's a question about it, and more a question
No, no,
about regret. The answer is no,
Okay.
but it is going to join the initiative order. Or bam.
Well, shit.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I mean, perhaps that's good.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
It's fine.
if it had rolled an 11, would it go before?
Yeah.
Vanguard?
100%.
Yeah. So yeah, we did well there.
Yeah. It has to just wait a bit. Right. That happens. And then we'll finish Eltrus's turn so we don't get confused next week, but then we'll checkpoint there. So,
But at least we'll probably have a bard.
so, do you want to give us the... I need to do a save, don't I? That's what I need to do. Deck save, real wacky, please. Right, so he's dead. And the remainder of his blood just obviously keeps going into this thing. Right. Do you want to do your... the rest of your turn, now that this has happened? So, you don't need to stick with the same plan. You may change, because nothing's locked in. The only thing that was locked in was you casting the lightning at that guy.
Okay.
Because that attack, if you will, that hostile action against him, yeah, was him being like, fuck this noise.
Okay. I take it I can't move there because this guy right here.
Hey,
I would-
Move over his buddy's corpse, I think, but you take opportunity attacks.
yeah. So you can go...
What if I went to this one? Because this is 5 foot to here, and then
I know, I'm always 50-50 on diagonal movements. Yeah, let's say you can move that way. Like, I'm going to end up changing my ruling every single time this question comes up, by the way.
I think it's something that you can take in a sort of case-by-case basis, though.
Like, yeah, like...
It will appear different based on the terrain.
But I think like there's enough space this way to move. So yeah, diagonally, I don't see how you couldn't go diagonally that way. That seems fine. I think if this guy was still alive, you couldn't move that way because they both block. That makes sense. So
yeah.
that's why that was in a bad position to be in if they were all still tickety-boo. Go there,
Here's my
and then you can go there. You'd need to, as I said, if we do all this by squares, or however you wish to do it. I don't know how you want to do that, but there's a path. Can you see how I'm not like going random diagonals? I'm not saying I'm highlighting this particular path for any reason. But it also really wouldn't matter if you also went from here, like from this one, just going straight that way to there to get to him. Because if you're worried about this guy being big, means being one extra square away might not matter. Depending on how big he is. Because the bigger they are, usually the further they can reach.
Because what I'm kind of thinking, right, is either do stab, okay, or I take that path and I end up here. And instead of stab on these guys, I just stab twice on him in the hopes that this magic that he's conjuring is going to stop this from being a thing.
Yeah, It's not a terrible plan.
But it also means if that doesn't happen, then we've then got this guy and these two guys, you know?
I mean, currently you have all of them, though.
Yeah.
So Finger's very happy he's got a wee entangle field in front of him, I'm sure.
Can I get behind that? Is that... No, I'm just,
You'd have to go around.
You might be able to run jump. He is a barbarian.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
it's actually legit, like, you might be able to make it.
Or
Right.
this guy kind of seems important, though, you know what I mean? Do I really want to stab him?
That might be precisely why you want to stab him, because maybe he is.
Your plan was not
causing-
flawed in any way. I could not see any like player logic flaws at all with it, to be honest. The problem is
The
you just have to
question
weigh
is
up
whether you-
where's the threat. Yeah. Like you've already quantified the threat level of these guys, right?
Mhm.
It's just this and this. But you also now know the threat level of this guy. The threat level of this guy was this
Because
thing.
you can make that.
So is this now the end of his threat? Or is this just something he can do every fucking turn? Like, yeah, so. And if it's something he
Right,
can do every
I'm
turn, this is probably not as scary as it looks. If it's something
Yeah.
you can only do once, run. So, we're going big or we're going home, Eltris?
Going big. I'm
Because
gonna
this guy went big,
yeah.
so you should go
Please.
big.
So I'd move up to here, yeah?
Yep.
And
Give me a second. A lot of text.
A lot of time.
Nope, you're good.
Hope you enjoy.
okay.
Sorry about
So
the cheers.
just click my great sword. I'm still scared. Oh, you ready?
Born ready. Okay, 2 seconds. Oh my god, where are we? It's bad when you look through the wrong sheet and go, where's all the abilities? And you realise you're reading the other people's sheets. Right. Okay, for some reason I don't have the button, right? Don't ask me why I don't have the button. I'm looking just now and it's not. I don't know if it's a browser-based problem.
What button are you looking?
Am I just blind? I think I'm just blind. I am actually in fact just blind. There we go. There we go. I was looking at the cantrip list and not the first level list. That's what I was doing. So, I'm now on to GM only, which is not helpful either. There we go. This is the button I'm trying to press.
I yield.
So, your attack is met with a nice, like, as you like swing it in with your big two hands, big electric boogaloo, there's like red mist that seems to almost look like fists grabbing the blade, stopping it. That's a cooler description for shield than, you know, whatever else. Right? Next attack, I assume?
I think there's no chance that it still manages to succeed.
No, is the answer to that. But it might tell you something really important, right? Now, Eltris, do you know what that taught you?
Wait.
Right? So you did a 17, and he cast that.
Yeah, so he's got a +5 to his AC.
No,
Which means...
but before that, what did that make the 17? Probably threatening enough that he felt the need to cast shield. Which means you've got a rough idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably want to think
So-
maybe his AC's in that range of whatever the hell 10 to 17. Yeah. So it gives you an idea of what his AC is. That's what it does.
Okay.
And that he can also do that. That's another thing it teaches you, I guess. But you still have your second attack.
Yeah. May as well just try it. There's nothing else I can.
Nah, because you're out of movement, right? So
Aye. Cool. So just do it again.
Yeah, go.
you've got nothing to lose other than, that.
Apart from that.
Yep.
This.
But you have attacked. I also didn't do all my opportunity attacks, which I should probably do. Get 2 of those, right?
Yeah.
So 1, and will roll bless. Nope. And 2. Nope. And I figured I was fine. Played out as expected. They're so bad, aren't they? Okay, so that's your 2 attacks done, yeah? You've got nothing that boosts that at all. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah. Anything else? Or are we good? That was your bonus you did? Yeah, you've done everything. That's fine. Rage will take down. I'm just going to go through this because Dylan is going to obviously maybe be here next time, so I think maybe it is worth just waiting there. I think, yeah. I don't want to rob you of turns, so...
It's your call, man.
No, I think we'll stop there because I did say we'll play out Eltriss's turn and then we'll wait there because if I move on, it's just to get me back to a nice turn order number at the start, but I'm not going to do that. I think if I leave us there, that's fine because I did say that I kind of wanted that to be kind of the cliffhanger of the big thing being made out of all the little things. So yeah, I think
this could also have been a title suggestion for Monday night or the previous.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it was a good one. So in this scene, we've got the ending being this thing being formed, and as this thing's probably finishing its formation, you've just got Eltress running and swinging at this guy, and obviously the big bloody hands appear from the mists of blood this guy's using, and then he swings again, and obviously just misses because this guy's clearly well shielded. Yeah, I think that the formation of that completes, and he probably mutters something ominous at the end, like, "You shall be tested." Yeah, there we go. That's ominous.
See, and if I were Buffy, I would say I
You
test well.
nice. I'm going to move us back to the title screen. Yep.
My brain is about 2/3 Buffy references.
Yeah, that seems accurate. Right, so, title suggestions. What's the thoughts?
I like Bloodwork.
I guessed that. Yeah.
I was gonna go for Why Did I Hear Boss Music, but
I was just typing.
hey, you type it. It's you dedicated.
It's too long, but and we've now done.
We've not voted on anything yet. We've voted nothing yet, so don't give up yet.
The first surrender.
Also, the way I'm looking at Bard list when I wrote that, it looks like Bard !ESS. I don't know why. Is that just me that sees it that way, or is anybody else seeing it that way? It's maybe just my eyes.
The new glasses, maybe not quite.
Yeah, apparently they have this one new feature where they turn L's into exclamation marks. I'll get used to it. Bloodwork looks fine, but Bard list doesn't. I'll type it again. Yeah, maybe it's something on my screen. There we go. Perfect. Tiny bit of a, I guess, oos, for lack of a better Scottish term, on my screen. Right, I see no votes.
Right. Oh, I vote for me.
Okay.
Thank you. Whoever voted for me, I'll vote with Goose.
Okay. Eltress. Perfect. That was easy. Yeah. let's see where that page is. There we go. We're back there. We're Bamzo. Bloodwork done. Yep. Well, if I quite look at goals.
I don't think we did any.
What's the thoughts, gang?
Well, if
'Cause
these are waters, we've been testing their waters, but apparently we will test them next turn.
it seems like they also have a similar goal now.
To test us with their waters. Their waters is a euphemism.
Yes. The
I think the
waters
word
of
I'm looking
life.
for is actually what that is.
What that is, yes.
Titty.
So, I still have it says that the Watara is off the Watchers. So it sounds like an area off to the side of them. Okay, so are any goals changing? It's maybe a better
They
question.
probably should, but I can't think of anything right now.
Find Sarah again. Yep. In the catacombs.
Refind, yeah.
Yep. Reacquire. Right, so, Eltris, any goals now? I know not much RP has happened for you to really get into the mentality of, but we did talk about what would be going through Eltris's brain while coming up with like strategies and stuff, which I think is quite a useful thing to do, especially in a combat situation. Like, how do you behave as your character, and as a player not wanting to make dumb tactical decisions, right? There's an interesting balance in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Flea bite. Never change.
Yes, yeah, I think I'm making dumb tactical decisions.
No. Not at all. As I said,
Yeah,
Oh no, like your tactical decisions have all been fine.
yeah, exactly, 100%. Like, I would have stated if I thought something was objectively bad. I am. Because
here's the thing, we're not here to make optimal choices. We're here to make fun character choices.
I like it when the barbarian plays the angry, sword-swinging badass. They're meant to, right? Like, it makes sense.
I'll be honest, I kind of expected you to play against type a little, just because he's sort of like an elven veteran, you know, came off a bit more mature, refined sort of appearance, sort of like, you know, an aged warrior who's seen his share of battles. So I kind of expected him maybe to be a little bit more reserved, and then maybe he lets loose when things get really tough. But he was just like in there screaming, fucking hitting people in the face with swords.
Lightning everywhere.
Which is pretty much what you expect.
It's good.
From a barbarian.
But like, performance-wise, like, yeah, like, rolling badly sucks for anyone, but like, you did not, like, rolled fairly well, given the way things played out. Because remember, your success rate also factors in the saves I need to make on, like, when you cause them. So like the dex saves I constantly failed, all count towards your successes, right, as well. So yeah, you might have rolled some 9s, specifically 9s, with your greatsword, because it seems to do 9 or murder them.
9 or dead.
Yeah.
That's the,
Yep. It's actually one of Elish's tattoos on his butt cheek. But anyway, so goals. Anything that comes to mind yet? You don't. Again, I still don't expect one yet. But if you have one, willing to have you slot in a personal goal if you've got something.
Yeah, I don't know at the moment, just because obviously there like I think my experience so far in the world as such is like meeting Fleabite in the sewer, meeting his friends, going killing some guys. You know what I mean? Like
the guys you came potentially to get help from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. I like it.
They did strike first.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know at the moment. I feel like something to do with the Watchers is probably what it's going to end up being.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I just don't know what.
Again, it's fine. You can have a think about it as well, and obviously, if you decide to keep in mind, TI chat's open at any point, so you can always like feel free to tag other players and be like, "What do you think of blah 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 blah?" Like, I have this idea. Do people have thoughts on that? And anybody that reads the TI chat during the week will see that maybe and reply maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to do though. All right, these are a team. That's fine. Anybody else changing a personal goal or a general goal? Fleabite, make any changes? Changes? No.
But I use the idea to change it.
I had to admit, it felt like a wee homage to him actually having Chill Touch come up effectively. Because, God, he's so bad at Chill Touch. That spell hated him. And he always tried it. I think he'd fixated on the fact that it wouldn't work. He's like, oh, I need to cast it until it works. Then I think he could have moved on with his spell casting life. Oh dear. But if you're not changing anything, yeah, we're happy with that. Cool, Vanguard.
I think I am changing nothing either because
yeah.
I feel like I probably should bring something more relevant to the current situation, but I'm just not quite sure what to add.
Maybe it'll reveal itself during the week.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe
it will.
Yeah.
It will make itself known to me.
Potentially. Okay, that's fine. Well, goals are as is then, which is fine. That's fine by me. XP is as is. Yep, that'll do. That's wording. Yep, that's all still the same. Let me just paste that in. So XP stays the same for now. Obviously, when the combat, air quotes, resolve itself at the end of that session, remind me to make sure you get XP for combat, because you do get XP for combat separate to goals. So remind me to do that at some point, because I'll need to calculate that. But we're not out of combat yet, as you've noticed. Yeah, I think on that note then, we are on wrap-up chat, right? So why don't you start us off? Flea bite. The Singed.
Like I felt betrayed because I thought I had better X save than I actually do.
Yeah, because I thought like you had strength and dex fairly well grounded, to be honest. Yeah, but not only did they manage to hit you, but it was always good damage rolls on you.
I think I do have good like strength and dex in spite of not being strength dex proficient. So,
it's okay though. I mean, it's not like
so,
you're fine. Even if Vanguard hadn't healed you, you were still okay. Like.
oh yeah, and the that
Temp
QE +3.
Yeah, the wee temp HP. Yeah. See, if it was blood related, I might have took it off you for thematics, but because it isn't, I don't really care. But if it was super blood thematic, it might have made sense that your little temp HP blood shield just slowly peeled into the big beast, which is just terrifying as a concept.
But then it would also have to take the -1 from my
No, that's your charisma. It would just take the 3 temp HP you had generated already through that process. That's just how your magic's jank, because Flea Bite's probably biting at it as it's trying to help him. What a wonderful character you've built. The Psychic Blades are cool as fuck, by the way. Like,
yes.
What did they look like? I never even said that. I was too busy caught up in all the mechanics getting thrown around.
Fair.
Yeah, like, how does it look? What was the visuals of that? Because we did skip over that. What does your Psychic ones look like? Because it does say that they appear, right? So, is it like Psylocke style, big kind of purpley pink?
That's kind of what I'm imagining
right?
as well.
Yeah, it's immediately what I think of too, or like kind of reddy glowy things, slightly see-through, or is it green, vibrant, warp color?
Yeah, I guess something.
So the Green Lantern
lines.
Okay.
It's
Not what I imagined, but yeah, it's kind of cool.
The blue, probably without the blue, the more green. And then obviously because it's throwing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a million miles off what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like those swords are certainly a bit larger. They're very Halo actually. The aesthetic. Did you say that was XCOM?
XCOM 2.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because it did get a bit fancier with the text, and then it had like the War of the Chosen stuff.
There was a whole the psychic stuff was way better. Yeah.
I didn't play a lot of XCOM. I played a little bit. I liked it.
Good game.
It
I'm
felt
very pro it.
sort of game I should be able to tab out and do shit a lot, and then it would get really upset at me every time I tapped out. So I was like, this is not my chill out game that I want. Why?
This is slightly more in the vibe my brain had generated at first. Just because it's Fleabite and green seems to apply more, but yeah. I like the psychic being different from your like other stuff. It's kind of cool. But unless you mean that and green with your GIF and not the colours.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it should be some sort of green.
Yeah, I think so. That is Fleabag, apparently. It's like, Fleabag, have you always been psychic? Have you always been able to do all these useful things? Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yes, getting a Zeratul vibe.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
Is that the standard colorization as well? Is this not being coloured?
So that is how it looks.
yeah, he's
Cool.
always green.
That looks
Because
cool.
he's a Dark Templar?
Yes.
I said that like that because I wasn't quite sure, because I'm not really a StarCraft guy either.
Yeah, same. Samesies.
But yeah, so that was fun just to use, and also using my poison. And
Yeah.
maybe didn't hit on that one occasion, but
I also found this wee image, by the way, guys. I like that middle step. Cooler than the end result. That's pretty funky.
I know, because I don't feel I want it to be like
And,
my packed weapon. I can just summon any weapon that I want. I don't want it to be a normal weapon. I want some sort of psychic etherealness.
yeah, it makes sense to have it a bit more kind of fancy and thematic. Yeah.
And yeah, it's dealing psychic damage. It's not actually cutting or bludgeoning.
Yeah.
All the things that entails in our.
It is quite cool to have that position of being like, you can conjure blades that you just use as blades, and you can throw and these sort of disappear because they're not really physical blades. That are sort of your more combat-y option, and then you've got like your more versatile, it's actually a physical blade. Like, but neither of them are carried on your person. They just manifest.
So
when you need them.
the packed weapon one does like you summon it and then you've got it until like there's a is it actually like dying that stops it? I think it's something ridiculous that gets rid of the pact.
You can dismiss it to an extra dimensional space though.
You can,
Yeah,
but
if it's
like yeah,
away from you, if it's more than 5 feet away from you for a minute.
yeah. It's because I remember it being quite generous when we looked it up.
Yeah, it is
like
generous.
really generous because like I think you can sleep. Is that right? And it's
Yes,
still there.
It persists. Yeah.
Which is actually
But you
one of the
can't
biggest
choose
problems.
to just like dismiss it and bring it back.
Well, it's an
as-
action every time to bring it back, which is quite costly.
Yeah,
Economies.
it is. But I think like if you're in a position where you know there's going to be a fight, then you can just sort of manifest in your hands. Like obviously that's not going to be every time, but it will be
Mhm.
some of the time.
Yeah, it's a nice place to be. Never mind the 19 or 18 daggers Fluid has on him physically.
Yeah.
In addition to all the ones you can summon. Which is kind of dumb. I love it. It's really fucking.
And then also using spend bonus and movement to get.
Yeah, the steady aim, that is a nice addition because that is just a way of making the assassin from range person work. It's a bit cheeky, I think. I think Tasha's was maybe a bit too kind on that one, but if they didn't really get much else, that seems fair. Because Tasha's was kind to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, rogues usually have a lot that they can use. I could have done that actually. Oh no, it's this turn.
No, you're still good. I think you're still good.
But yeah, because you do lose all your movement, and there's a lot of other things that you spend your bonus. But in that situation, it is.
Yeah, the difficult thing with you is because you're quite good at getting like triple speed. This makes speed 0, which just destroys those powers, right? Because that's the clever thing about it. It says make your speed 0, not burns your move. Because obviously you could then just dash to get more speed back. So yeah, it does kind of suck. I think dash says you can move twice your speed, or you can move your speed up to your speed. I think it says. So obviously that's saying your speed becomes 0 is the part that cripples you. Which is it's an okay trade-off though, especially if you're starting with a bow, for example. If you're like a long-range archer rogue, and you've got like the sniper move, what was it? Sharpshooter. If you've got sharpshooter, you've got that, and you steady aim, that's kind of glorious, especially with sneak attack, an automatic sneak attack. If you're built with What one gives the extra sneak attack stuff? What was that subclass again?
That's the Buccaneer.
Is it Phantom? Or is it Scout? Or
Oh, do you mean? Well, I mean,
there's one that does extra sneak attack damage. Like it's just like another
right? Yeah, Phantom.
Phantom. Yeah, like if you're that one as well, you're now just like a proper long range assassin, which is pretty fucking.
It
bitchin'.
does sneak attack to other things.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's what
hit
wheels
one.
from the grave. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool, to be honest.
Wonder how good, because assassin, I'm told, is pretty underpowered unless they're like in a properly.
Isn't it just the flashiness? Is it? Isn't just dull? Is that not the feedback
Well,
I've
no,
read about
what
it?
I've heard is like it doesn't really excel mechanically unless you're in a setting that's very sort of literally assassination centric. So, like I think the you advantage and rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat, and in addition, you hit any hit you score against a creature that surprises a critical hit. What I heard basically was like most of the time you're gonna find that you're not doing that often. Most games that you're not getting that full benefit. So if you're in a game where everyone is playing sneaky and you're doing a lot of actual assassination sort of stuff, like a game that's very sort of high skullduggery, then an assassin rogue can excel because you might be getting that at the start of every fight. But
Mm.
in the average game, where quite a lot of fights are going to be like you're going through the woods, hobgoblins now.
Mhm.
You know, maybe not hobgoblins, maybe like bugbears, or like you know, you're having a conversation with someone, they realize that you're the mercenary that's been sent to stop their evil plan. You know, a lot of the time you're going to be in fights that are sort of squaring off to degree.
Mhm.
And if you're in that situation, that's quite nice. Then surprise isn't going to happen. I think surprise is fairly ill-defined as well, isn't it? Like I don't know what surprise actually is.
So it's kind of up to me, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing is
right away,
determine.
that's
Is like determine surprise, and that is, did these guys have a chance to react to the fact that, like, did they know you were about to just fall from trees in their camp? The answer is probably no. You were able to get in the trees above their camp. Probably no.
Yeah.
So that means
that,
everything rolls
that
in.
again is
So
a problem because it requires a generous DM to be useful.
I think it just requires a GM to understand when the players are allowed to win certain things, like the idea of my bad guys don't need to win everything, right? That's something a GM can actually struggle with, because they get annoyed if players win.
You need to
which
win
is
anything.
dumb, right? So, yeah, like literally my job is to lose creatively in this game. That is my job.
That's a good way to think about it.
Yeah,
You also win when we win.
exactly,
Yeah.
right? So I have to lose
Pretty much.
creatively, mechanically, but also, I get to enjoy your celebrations and your enthusiasm, right? Anyway, so we're way off topic. Reverse back to you determine surprise, and then you roll initiative, and then everybody who's surprised just skips the first round.
Yeah.
That's it. So there's nothing that really super changes in combat. It's just you literally just pick on the people that don't get to react in turn one. That's it. Which is great for spellcasters if you're surprising people as a spellcaster and you want to burn a risky spell that you think, this is the counter spell gang. You always want surprise, because remember, can't react if you haven't already acted. And that's amazing. So that's a good way to pull off, like, say, banishments that you don't want countered by, like, wizard teams. Shit like that. It's very nice. But anyway, so, running further back, Alexander.
Yeah, so it was good just to try out some of the things before.
Yeah.
I think I might do some the next time.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Like, I like that you went with that subclass, what is it called? Soul Knife or whatever? I like it. It's a really nice one. Out of all the options, there was some really good options for Fleabite as a character. But I think Soul Knife is the one that I would like to try as a rogue if I had to play rogue. I was forced to play rogue. That or Phantom seemed the most fun thematically. I think Phantom just seems fun because you don't need to really care about being optimal in combat. You can just be like, what fucking random trinket did the spirits give me today? That's cool. But no, it's good. It's good to see some of those. It's nice the way Fleabite stacks on himself, like with stab this, and then just health finds its way temporarily to you and stuff like that. It's a nice build. You definitely need to decide how many levels in Teach you're gonna slide, I think, as well. Or if you're just adding more multi-classes in. Because yeah, it's definitely an oddity. But yeah, anything else, bud?
Like, not, you know, the way behind us still seems clear. Some of us need to make a
As you
history.
walk into the dark and get stabbed by Sarah. Oh dear. No, yeah, like I mean, yeah.
How you give the spear back?
Oh yeah, just don't startle the dark. Yeah, it's alright. Most of you can see in the dark anyway. It's fine. In fact, all of you actually can see in the dark. It's fine. It's only Xarxis that couldn't. Or yeah, he is Xarxis just now. Yeah. God, remembering that boy. Yep. Anything else, bud? Excellent. And Eltris.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
I'm going to pause you right there. Thank you.
Okay.
So this is for Colin's benefit because in this search for the art that I was looking for,
Oh yeah.
she also appeared.
Further.
Yep. This far and no further.
Sorry, Tom.
It's okay. Sorry. Carry on, please, Eltris.
I was in mid thought and I forgot what I was going to say. No,
I
I'm
do
joking. I
apologise.
wasn't. No, it's a lie. Don't you worry. I think.
Broken.
Yeah, I don't know. I quite enjoyed getting to use some barbarian skills and stuff. You know what I mean? Kind of figuring out the mechanics of it.
You're pretty efficient, right? Like, see, there wasn't really a turn where you didn't use pretty much everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was
Oh,
good.
it was good.
Is it? Do you have reckless attack, or is that not you?
I do have reckless attack.
It's the
was looking
only
at that.
thing I was like, I wondered if I was like, I didn't know if I should have brought it up or not when you rolled your first 9. Like, you could just switch to being reckless because I think that's how I would play it, right? If I was playing a barbarian, I think you either have to like it's the same as anything that's a maybe chance, right? See when you take like a Great Weapon Master feat and it's take a -5 to hit, so you get +10 damage. I would have to have that always on. Otherwise, I'd always be gutted if I missed stuff when I could have added an extra 10 damage. And I feel that way about things like reckless attack. I'm like, I feel like I'd always just want to just go, fuck it, reckless attack straight away, just full on into the mentality. And I thought it makes sense to only really trigger that when your first attack misses, because sure that'd piss you off more. Thus, then you get your advantage every time, but they also get advantage on you. And in this situation, they were weak, so you didn't really have to worry too much about the retribution of them. Because the guy straight up critted you for like 6 damage. You only took 3 of it anyway. So, it's an interesting one. But some people don't want to go big that quickly, right? Because reckless attack is a bit big. It's an escalation, right? So, yeah. Sorry, Karen.
I don't think I'm going to test it out on this new guy, just in case.
Fair.
But, yeah, I might just swing back over to the left and try it out before I go back over to the
It just checks his counter sheet. Do I have a teleport out of this fuckery spell? No.
I do actually. I've got that thing.
Yeah, the thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good. Good point, actually. Yeah, literally, actually do have a teleport. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. See, everything's fine. Actually, the after effects
yeah.
of that teleport's pretty bitchin'. That's your resist all damage.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. I'm going to double check that just now.
That's look at that. See, why would you even worry?
Blessing of the Raven Queen. As a bonus action, you can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you see. Once you use it, you can't do so again until you finish the rest. Starting at 3rd level, you also gain resistance to all damage when you teleport. The resistance lasts until the start of your during that time. You're
See, sorted, right?
yeah. Yeah, see, I was going to use that earlier, but I think obviously the bonus action was used up with
The lightning.
something else. Yeah, which is why I didn't use it.
Because you'll always lose your bonus in the first turn of combat if you start raging, right? Because you use it to start raging. And then because you've got the cool use of just zapping people, you'll probably always have a use for your bonus action. So you'll need to actively decide, do I need the movement or the resist? And then, yeah, decide from there, which is kind of cool. But it's a nice, oh dear gods button, right? If you have to push it and go like, this thing hit me for half my damage and it's got more attacks, oh dear gods.
But Yeah, apart from that, all good.
How do you feel about the? Because I don't mind taking a wee bit of time, like this session and last session, for like a bit slower. But how do you feel about operating Eltris mechanically as a player?
Pretty good. I feel like every week I feel it a bit easier,
Right, good, yeah.
and kind of get more used to it. So
As I
yeah,
said, the
I
trick
think
as well is anytime you're thinking about stuff about your character and it doesn't make sense mechanically, write it down so it can be answered at some point. Ideally during the week, not on the actual, game night. But yeah, it's as I said, all the questions you asked made sense as well for somebody learning how to play a barbarian. And as I said, tactically, there were no like super obviously dumb decisions that were made.
That looked really good.
Yeah. So
I thought like not necessarily everything exactly what I was doing, but I liked your approach. I thought it all made sense.
yeah, same. That was good. Anything else, bud?
No, I think that's everything. Not sure. Yeah, that's all.
As I said, hopefully when more story comes our way in the game, we can maybe try and get you a goal slotted in as well, which would be good. But I definitely think maybe the combat has to play out first, and then we let some story generate again before we fully solidify what Eltris' personal goal might be. But yeah.
I think it'll definitely be something to do with the Watchers, but
yeah, or what's left of them if you have your way. Yeah.
yeah.
But good though. Must feel nice to have done as well as Eltris though, right? Because your job is to like not really take much damage and scream at people until they die, and it did happen quite well. So
yeah, do you know, like, I think there was a bit where like I think it was like 2 damage or 3 damage, and like at that point, like I don't know, I felt like the barbarian inside me. I was like, oh no, there's no chance you're doing 3 damage. It's like time to go all out.
That's good.
Not taking 3 away from 5.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, my big pile of 75. You can't have the 3. How dare you? Squish. Fleabite killed with a rock from a sling. Like, oh dear, a poisoned rock, mind you. Yeah, Vanger.
Indeedly. Yeah, that was fun. I do always enjoy a cheeky little bit of combat.
I'll let you know because I know you're thinking it. No, nothing changed when we lost to Dylan as a player. That was still the same fight that you would have had.
No, I anticipated it would be.
Yeah.
Because I look, I am me, and I do have a tendency to approach things. I tend to look at look at things in terms of like, what is this scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's maybe because I'm the sort of idiot that went and got an arts degree, really shitty one too. So I tend to think of that as to me it's like, as you put it, phase 2. Yeah, we came into that fight and I knew that was phase 1, but Vanger doesn't know that, right?
Mhm.
Vanger can't act like that, but Vanger can act like the reasonable guy he is and try and minimize and avoid conflict if possible. Very quickly started to seem like that wasn't going to be possible.
Yeah,
Then
you
someone
did try,
who
yeah.
came across a little bit more reasonable came in, tried again, and then that clearly was not getting through because Vanger doesn't really know Eltris yet, but he does know, right, what happens when someone comes in and sees a group of people fighting their, let's say, minions. He's not going to distinguish between groups, so Vanger's now going to be in the headspace of, right, well, we need to fight now.
Mhm.
Because Eltris continued fighting, he's going to, like, because he's not naive either. So,
And there's a very obvious escalation in the map.
yeah.
Right? If we're talking about, say, 13th age terms, the escalation die has moved up.
Yes.
Mhm.
It did. I think it was good because the way things unfolded, it feels natural for him to continue to fight.
Yeah.
Because Vanger will fight, and he won't back down if he doesn't feel like he absolutely has to, or like he's in the wrong. So if he thinks, well, we're defending ourselves, he's not going to back down. So I think that gives him like very ample reason to be in this fight. So I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be an exciting little one because he can sort of. I think that the gloves come off a little bit next turn. Not that he's a combat monster or anything. He is a bit of a healer. But I think it does sort of free him up to be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
Because I was sort of very much, did a bit of damage, plunked down an obstacle, did a little bit of healing. Like I was sort of managing the. That's very much like a rat man though as well, so it's a little less. Yeah, so that was fun. I did enjoy getting to see what Eltrus plays like. And yeah, like I was surprised by just how barbarian he is, which I perhaps shouldn't have been. It's like, yep, that is a barbarian. And yeah, but it's fun. It's fun having someone in the party who literally just runs in swinging. Because we haven't really had anyone too much like that before.
No, like even
we.
no, like I'm gonna stretch the
you
full we, the royal we, Alexander. Cognac didn't really run in. Kind of just went. So let's just spoil Endgame for everybody here. When they do the thing where they go back in time, and then Hulk is there and he goes, "I find it gratuitous, if I'm honest." That was Cognac the Barbarian, where he's just like a tired old noble turtle man that just has a lot of anger about his upbringing. So he has his mace and his shield, and he just kind of goes, "Ah," and then lightning just starts sparking off him because he was also a storm herald. And he just I imagine he just plodded towards the people, and just lightning sparks off one of them, just clubs them with the mace. Very like, I guess so, Marvin the Android style. That was how I witnessed most of the way Mangi played Cognac. Don't know if you have a different view. That's how I always saw it.
I was forgetting that Cognac was barbarian. I was thinking of Lauda.
Lauda did kind of play like a barbarian.
Yeah.
A druid that was in fact a barbarian, but that was also because they're a big elephant person and they were very powerful, strength-wise. So there was lots of Lauda trying to like wrestle with earth elementals, which was kind of cool to see. To try and like basically Lauda played a very, very good tank that way though, because he was willing to put himself in danger for the party, despite being quite a good controller. Because as you know, he was fond of Entangle as well, which is a great spell. Sorry, please continue, Colin.
Yeah, no, it's again as you say, similarly, I think quite nicely fitting into the tank role. So we had, I think, despite the fact we were down a man, we still had a quite nice, well-defined group that functioned nicely in our roles. So I think that was very fortunate because it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Like maybe without Eltrus,
I was gonna say
could have gone a lot less smoothly.
But it depends. Then you might have some what Dylan's actually capable of then in a full combat, right? That's something that would be quite interesting because there might be some.
That would be exciting.
Because I don't remember the full spell list. I just know it doesn't have Skywrite.
We wouldn't know what Cass is capable of.
Yes, true.
So I think, so I think that was good. I liked seeing a bit of the blood magic in action. As you know, I always like undead stuff. Oh, and that's another thing. It's like I was tempted. It's like I want to use Ice of the Grave. But then at this point, you're looking at the thing like if it's not undead, it might as fucking well be.
Yeah. It's why I said very obviously. It's like Vanger will very obviously catch this. Not that I don't imagine like, Fleabite's immune to have seen lots of bones in his time. But yeah.
So I think that was like a nice little thing because it gives him something. Again, something unambiguous to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because we haven't always been the most heroic of team, although we're trying.
Yeah.
I
think for the most part, these are fairly decent. Yeah. By comparison to the choices available to you. Yes. Because it hasn't always been just killed the guy. In terms of RP situations as well, this guy's a problem to us. Let's just remove him from living, as Jeff Goblin might say. I pardon you from life. So yeah.
Anyway, it was a fun little combat. Obviously, we weren't running quite the full length of the session today.
Yeah. So
maybe next time. But yeah, that was great fun.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Thank you for running.
You're more than welcome. Thank you all for playing, and we will hopefully be back at full strength next time. If not, I guess we just see how long it takes Fleabite to eat Dylan's character, I guess. Yes, thank you all for playing, guys, and say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Also, if you're still here and you're watching, thank you and goodbye.
Yes, thank you.
Goodbye.
And goodbye.